evening. Welcome to Iconic Productions. It Gets Worse, where it has gotten much worse, and now we're streaming, or now we're streaming from home. So thank
That's
you
how
for
much worse
joining
it has
us
gotten.
this evening. What was that?
That's how much worse it has gotten. We're
Yeah.
streaming from home.
That is how much worse it has gotten. We've got everybody but Beth today.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't really have anything else. So.
Well, it's fair.
You did
But last we left our heroes.
Whoa!
You were attempting to sneak across the city of Westishire after escaping from a small prison camp in the upper city. You avoided most of the ghouls and undead that infest the place, surviving a scrap with a minotaur skeleton and a group of beggar ghouls. You passed the former stadium, which is heavily damaged, as if someone took a massive spear and plunged it into the center, causing a huge explosion that sent large portions of it scattering through the nearby buildings. You passed a black stone pyramid sitting at the center of a radius of destruction, crawling with undead. You ran into a strangely dressed living minotaur who was in the middle of stuffing his face with something out of her barrel, and who appeared just as surprised as you guys were, and he fled. And you guys decided not to pursue. You just kept going. You made it to the Freeman Legion camp. What was that?
I said nobody's got time for that.
Nope, nobody's got time for that. You made it to the Freeman Legion camp, where you met Stefan, a high-ranking caster in the Legion. Garrett, a cleric of the Moon Maiden, and Lars, who has apparently been assigned to watch you and make sure that you don't cause any mischief in camp. In speaking with them, you learn that you will need to acquire some gold in order to enter the Empire, that divination magic caused the breaking, and that Freeman citizens seem to have some sort of protection against mind control effects. We ended in the mid-evening. The sun has gone down. The icy chill of the winter night is setting in, and you guys notice the breeze is picking up. It's no longer properly called a breeze. There's a stiff wind starting to blow, and the snow is starting to fall. What would you guys like to do in the Legion camp?
I want to go and work at the bathhouse and make money.
All right. Liliana has just walked straight off towards the bathhouse.
Yeah. Because that's what I do.
I'm gonna find a quiet place and meditate, practice my monkness.
Okay. We're gonna go find it. Go ahead.
I will ask Lars if we're actually allowed to leave without escort, and then I would like to go find Garrett if that's allowable.
There's no opening of the gate after sundown.
Okay.
What was the second question?
Can I go and talk to Garrett?
I cannot let you out of my supervision. So.
But Liliana went to the bathhouse.
Liliana's not actually left yet.
Okay.
That's what she's going to do.
Okay.
Perhaps we can stop by the baths and then perhaps find Garrett.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vera, give me a stealth check real quick.
I'm not stealthing unless I am.
You don't want to try to sneak away?
I'll sneak away.
You just watched as Liliana tried to walk off on her own, and Lars stopped her, and it's just like, you can't just leave.
Okay, I'm not gonna try and sneak off.
Okay.
Bad roll anyway, but I'm not gonna try and sneak off as you can see.
All right.
Be like, can I just, I don't know, find somewhere quiet to sit? I mean, I'm plumb tuckered out. Look at me, dearie. It's been a long day.
Perhaps we should get you situated. This sleeping arrangements, and then we can pursue your request to go to the baths and your request to talk to the priester. So Lars gets you guys situated. There appear to be an abundance of extra tents, which one of them gets set up for you guys. Lars just kind of grabs several legionnaires who don't appear to be on duty, and they set up. How many of you are there? There's 4, 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5. So they grab you. No, sorry, they set you up 2 tents.
Okay.
There are each can fit 4, so you guys can organize yourselves however you want.
Not with Cormier.
I'm sorry?
Not with Cormier.
Are you sure?
Yep.
This is as quiet as it will be in the camp. You are welcome to stay here and meditate or spend your time in the quiet as you like, but do not wander.
Thank you.
We've set several people to watch. I will instruct them not to let you pass, so please do not try.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you're going to stick around and meditate?
Well, I will also, while meditating, attempt to contact my dear departed husband.
Ah, okay. We will come back to you. Okay. So you wish to go to the baths?
Yeah.
All right. He leads you through the camp. It is getting really cold out. You get to the area that you saw from the rooftop being prepared when you guys were kind of on the rooftops in this area. And you see the last of equipment being packed up, all kinds of legionnaires that had taken off their armor and were just kind of working in tunics with kind of some leggings are now putting on some heavier winter jackets and shivering and gathering up their stuff quickly and kind of hurrying off. And Lars leads you to the one who seemed to be organizing things. This guy is actually dressed very similarly to Lars, just with a different insignia on his leathers. This Dragonborn would like to inquire as to, helping out at the baths? This is what you wanted?
Making some money, getting a job. Yeah.
Yeah, she would like to help. All right, well, she'll have to talk to the You'll have to talk to he does that. He stutters now. She will have to talk to the Tribune. I do not know if there's a trip. Whoops, where are my people? She will have to talk to Tribune Aurea. But Aurea. Auria, as in gold.
Okay.
But female and third declension.
Ooh, what a nerd.
Actually, it would be neuter because it's ice. It's the I stem.
Yeah, digging yourself into a deeper hole. But yeah, I feel you. I took Latin.
Let's talk about Latin grammar.
Woo!
You agree?
I was about to say, isn't that first declension? If you make it feminine?
No, isn't it I thought it was the neuter third I stem with the IA ending.
Oh dear.
Not
This is great.
necessarily. It depends on the stem.
What's the stem?
Well, the stem is our, like AUR. Never mind. We're not going to do this.
No. Let's please continue the whole stream in Latin. I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. Let's do it.
I mean, our it's a second declension noun, right? So, but if it ended in an IA, it would have to be if to maintain the it would have to be second or third, but for the IA ending, it would have to be third.
I think it's aurum auri. It's a
Right,
second.
but now I'm changing the word to fit in the ending IA, and it would have to be third declension in order to be able to do that.
Go for it. You're using the Mare model.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Apologies.
No,
I'm sorry.
Not really.
I love when D&D dissolves into Latin nerd. This is great. I'm super here for it.
We are packed up for the day, but perhaps you could talk to the Tribune in the morning.
Who's the Tribune? Where do I find them?
Tribune Aria Einhorn. She would be in the command section of the camp. Lars says, I will take you there tomorrow.
Awesome. Excellent. Great. Then where are we sleeping?
We just left your tents.
Oh, so we're sleeping there. Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah, that is why did you think I was having them set up the tent just for fun?
Just ignore her, Lars. It's fine. She's like this.
All right. But, and kind of looks up, and the snow is starting to come down harder. And I rolled for the weather for tomorrow, and you guys get the sense tomorrow it's going to be a real mess.
Yeah.
I'll be in the backpack.
We'll have indoor activities.
Yeah.
I can spend the day in the temple.
Perhaps I will take you to a tent, and I can send a runner for Gert. He will see you there.
Oh.
Stay out of my tent. I'm having a seance.
They're not there yet, Vera. Here. So Lars starts to lead you guys back to the tents that got set up for you. So Vera, describe to me what you're doing.
Well, the first thing I do is I sit and I start thinking about, because I just opened the email, the words that the monk spoke to me before I left. And I spend a few minutes just thinking on hope is the source of your pain for a bit, and how it just, I want to follow it, but I can't, because I hope, because I spoke to him, it's not just hope, it's a fact. Ian was there. And then I will hold on to I need to switch hands, hold on to my wedding ring, and just try and get myself into the same spot mentally that I was when I did see him. When I called on him, he was there.
Okay.
And I hope against hope that he's there.
Sure. Give me just a straight wisdom check.
Okay. Rolling little. Oh, come on! I'm so upset. It's 5.
You can change the color of your dice to red if you like. Maybe that will help.
Work. Hang on, let me roll my real one. Much better.
Change your dice color, Grace.
So that's a 2. So also, Vera, what you can do is you can actually just grab your wisdom modifier box and drop it, and it'll automatically add your wisdom for you.
Oh, cool. Wait.
So that would have been a 5. You sit there, just quietly in your tent, and you try to summon again those feelings of frustration, desperation as the Dragonborn stalked towards you, general just anger at the universe. And you kind of get into that mental space again. You call out for Gideon, and there's no answer, but you do recall the last thing he said before he disappeared. Something about, he had been taking the piss out of that guy for a while, and he thinks he's starting to get suspicious, so Gideon's got to run.
I do remember that.
So there's something going on there, and you're not sure what it is, but you do get the very powerful feeling that if Gideon could, he would answer your call.
I'm happy anyway. So I'll go back into my having just fully realized that I have broken one of the tenets. I will now try and go back over the other 4 and meditate.
Okay. All right. Eventually, the rest of the party returns with Lars. You guys are each given just a large blanket of furs, and left to your own devices. Lars says, if Garrett is available now, he will come see you. I will send a runner for him.
Thank you. That's very kind. I wouldn't bother him tonight, but I feel it might be urgent.
Of course. The latrines are down at the end of the row, but do not stray further than that.
Very well.
And Lars ducks out, tucking his furs close together as he hurries off. You guys have a little bit in your tent. Are you all crowding into one for now?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, no, I'll go to the other one where Cormier is not.
Okay.
Even if it means being by myself.
Shoji comes with you.
Okay.
I'll follow them out.
So it's just Liliana and Cormier in the other tent?
That's me and Cormier.
Okay.
Oh
Sorry.
no. If
You guys
Griffon was here, he'd have a heyday with that.
People to be together in the same room.
Liliana, question.
Yeah.
Cormier is spring today, isn't he?
Interesting. Yeah.
He was.
What would you do if Cormier started flirting with you?
I'd probably flirt back.
What if he started coming on strong?
I mean, I'm Liliana. I'd probably be okay with that.
Oh, dear.
Cool. Okay, you 3 others are in the other tent.
Go out.
The wind outside begins to howl. The tent, you can hear tent flaps just whipping around. It's the weather is really starting to pick up out there, and that's not a euphemism. The weather is actually picking up. So,
and how are you, Mrs. Mayweather?
Better than 4 hours ago.
Did you have a nice few minutes while we were gone briefly?
I did. Thank
Okay.
you.
Did you accomplish what you were hoping to?
Perhaps not, but not discouraged.
That's good. You developed quite a connection with the monks, didn't you? It was, I think, deeper than any of ours.
I think I understood where they were coming from. That makes any sense.
Yes, I suppose it does. It's interesting. It just didn't. Well, their methods were interesting, weren't they?
Well, whatever gets results.
Yes, that's what he always said.
We all
So-
have certain limits. We'll give it that.
Yes. What do you think of the Freemans?
Very law-abiding people.
Yeah, they seem very nice, right?
I can respect them. Yes. Again, I respect certainly their ability to keep order, which is seemingly their entire intention, entire goal, and it is a very respectable one.
Yes, it is. I like it too. Can I ask you, how did you feel about the Hemotarch when you first met him? Because I thought he was quite charming and lovely, and clearly I was wrong. So I'm not sure if I trust my initial reactions to people upon first meeting them now. No
Well-
offense, Miss Show. I'm sure we barely gotten to know you yet.
Well, Truth was, the Hemotarch was the only means off the island that we could see. It frankly didn't matter what my feelings about his nature were. Perhaps a mistake to consider it that way.
Yes. Well,
I have a question.
yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, please.
About your friend, Liliana.
Which, oh,
Fred.
yes. She's not really our friend, but she's in our friend's body, so
Yes.
Yes, I had picked up on that. I'm curious. Do you know how that happened?
well,
There was some blood magic.
you see, our other friend, Lyra, sacrificed herself to bring Almania back, only something must have gone wrong because I don't think Lyra was truly praying to who she thought she was, and a different person came back into Almania's body.
Fascinating. I didn't know that could happen.
And interesting. Tell us about yourself, Miss Show. What do you do? We haven't seen much from you yet.
The last year has been mostly about surviving.
Right. That would make sense. But you are a caster. I've seen you do that. Where do you get your magic? Where do you get it from?
Oh, I discovered a knack for it many years ago.
That's so interesting. How did you discover it?
Oh, it was must have been back when I was running with the other urchins. The gangs were not kind to us, and only the strong were able to keep away from them. And they killed some of my friends, and I discovered a powerful ally as I got my revenge.
Oh, I see. And who's this ally?
Oh no, I'm sorry. My powers.
Oh, okay. Did you grow up here in the city?
Now about your friend. I get the feeling you'd. I mean, I could kill her for you if you wanted her body back.
That's a really lovely offer. It really is. But the issue is we're not entirely sure if we get rid of one wrong soul, how to get the right one back in.
Yes. We've heard of this powerful person in Dream who may be able to do it, but we're just not sure how the best. I mean, it went wrong first. There's this kind of thing doesn't happen every day, right?
What do you mean? Do you know of somebody who can bring the what?
No, we heard of someone. It was a rumor, really. We heard back in Onishire, and then I just mentioned it briefly to Garrett, and I think I know who she is now, but I'm not certain.
Someone with power over life and death?
Yes, it's the story, but I mean, clearly it's possible because, well, Almania's body lives. Perhaps the spirit assignment is just sort of random. I don't know how that works. I've never read about that.
That sounds truly interesting. And you intend to journey to find this matriarch?
It seems a good thing to do.
And perhaps there are other projects that could come to fulfillment in Dream.
I certainly have a few. I hear they have some sort of place of learning. I've used to have some of the scholars' notes, but then that woman took my journal and Lyra's body. But
I mean, that sounds fascinating, and I would love to meet someone with this power. I thank you so much for your help getting me out of that camp and to safety here. Would you mind? Would you mind terribly if I came with you?
no, I don't
Another
suppose.
arm?
I wouldn't want to be a burden, and when the time comes to excise the unwanted soul from your friend's body, I will gladly join your side.
Oh, well, that would always be helpful. I did find out when I was talking with Lars earlier that there seems to be a price for those of us who wield magic to enter the Empire, and I can only assume that they deprived you of your material goods in much the same way they did us.
Yes, I have little beyond what you see.
Yeah. So we'll have to come up with some way of achieving some capital, I think, before we can any of us enter Vreem, except probably Mrs. Mayweather would be fine.
Of course, perhaps there are some.
If they are reasonable people, we can also exchange perhaps service instead.
Lars didn't seem to think that was much of an option. I did ask about that.
We will see.
Yes.
But in the meantime, Michaud, frankly, I think our friend, so to speak, Liliana, is performing a service by keeping the body fresh, so to speak. So let's keep her in there for now. Fact.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
At least we don't have to carry her around. I mean, that's helpful.
We'll walk herself around.
Yeah, I mean, you guys lugging around a body wrapped in a table sheet was getting awkward.
Especially if you're walking to Vreem like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like walking around with like bacon hanging from your belt, walking in like to a wolf's den. Just like nobody mind.
Yeah. Miss Show, I don't know how long you were down there. But did you ever see a young man? He would have looked similar to I look. He was my brother. He had red hair. He was slightly taller than me, far more muscular than I am. His name was Lorban. He ran with the Stray Crows group of mercenaries. He had come over about a little over a year ago now.
Seen a lot of people go through that camp, and didn't get to know many of them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay. If I ever see my parents again, they'll kill me for having embarked on this journey, but at least the least I could do is try to bring them some news of my brother.
If I remember correctly, before the city fell, the Stray Crows were some of the good ones.
That must have been an evil time indeed to have my brother fall into some of the good ones. He used to give my parents many gray hairs. He got into trouble a lot. I loved him, but I love him.
Well, I hope that he is still alive.
As do I. Thank you.
Okay. You guys pass the night, unless there's anything in particular you wanted to do.
So Gert doesn't arrive?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Garrett.
Okay.
No, Garrett does not arrive this evening. And you kind of poke your head out the tent flap, and you've immediately got your face just plastered in snow, and it's just like, well, okay.
Okay. Well, then I will have to just do my best on my own, I suppose. I would like to look at the scar that I was making on my arm.
Okay.
You know, I started a week ago.
Yep.
How does it look? Because it wasn't
About this-
healing, as I recall.
No, it has scabbed over. It's no
Okay.
longer weeping fluid. Yeah, you've got a spiral scab on your arm.
Okay. But it doesn't seem to be like doing anything weird.
Nope.
Okay. I will just sit and meditate for a while before I go to bed then, and think of everything I've learned today, and wonder if maybe the Moon Maiden is someone who would smile kindly on me. And spend some time trying to reach out.
Okay. Vera, anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna sit and think for a bit because something that Taliyah said kind of got me a bit. Because she said that sort of what I've been saying is what her master used to say. And that messes with my head a little bit. So I'm just gonna lie there and be like, no, I'm not like that. I'm nothing like him. And I'm gonna sit there and think that, and I'm not gonna believe it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, just let me have my own little personality crisis for a moment.
Nope, that's fine.
That is fair.
That is absolutely perfect.
Yes.
Alrighty. You guys pass the night significantly more comfortably than you have for the last week and a half or so. You're not on a tiny cabin in a rocking ship. You're not in a monk place with no blankets. You're just, you're in a tent and the wind is howling outside, but the tent is well made and thoroughly tied up. And you guys have blankets. It's a new thing.
Right.
So you guys actually sleep quite well.
Excellent.
Taliyah,
Yes.
long ago, maybe was it a month ago when you guys first went out to that to the watchtower?
Mm-hmm.
You woke up and you heard some kind of conversation.
Yes.
You really weren't quite sure. You dream again tonight, and you have that same odd feeling of being somewhere else.
Okay.
And you just hear one voice with the in the Vreeman accent. I couldn't find him. It's not your fault. Leontia will order us to burn his body soon. Placus will keep her off us until we find him. And then that kind of fades, and you don't remember it until maybe 20, 30 minutes after you wake up in the morning. It's one of those things that just kind of suddenly comes to you.
Okay.
And you're not sure how, but you know that you heard something that happened or will happen. You know that this is true.
Okay. And it was Placus? Is the name I heard? Okay.
You heard two names. Leontia will order us to burn the body soon, and Placus will keep her off us until we find him.
So Leontia, I would presume, is the antecedent for her. Does that make sense?
Yes, grammatically that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, you guys wake up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You said it was a Riemann accent, but it's not a voice I recognize?
Nope.
Okay.
You guys wake up refreshed. Benefits of a full rest.
Excellent.
I don't think there's anything.
Divination rolls?
Ring bell. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead and make your divination rolls.
That's a 13 and a 16.
Cool. All right. You should probably give those to you guys.
Look at the color.
I can't. There's no. Be cool if on fantasy grounds I could just like drop full rest. On you.
That would be nice. You have to have
That'd be cool.
D&D Beyond for that.
But yeah, you guys should all go into your into your window and change your wounds to 0.
Sweet.
So how do you change your dice color?
In the top right, you see that thing that looks like a paint palette?
Yes.
Click that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can just click on different things and mix the colors, and yeah,
That's cool.
that is how you change your dice color. Okay, you guys wake up refreshed, full rest, spell slots back, hit points back. Any hit dice that you guys have spent, you regain 2.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
My max hit points are currently 111. Don't know why. I'm into it.
That's because you're suddenly a 10th level barbarian.
I'm fine with it.
You should have 8 plus 6, 12, 18, so 26 plus 6. You should have 32.
32.
Oops. We both typed, so now you have 322.
Yeah. I think it's good now. Thank you.
Sorry, that's because I don't know why that was. I think I messed up your class, and so ended up adding it a bunch of times, and then.
Nice. I mean, I'm down with having 111 hit points. It's gonna be really hard for y'all to kill me.
Best
But,
sorcerer
you know,
ever.
I did it so that you'd have a fighting chance when the party turns out.
there we go.
All right.
What?
In
I
the
live in
morning,
anticipation for when they will turn.
in the morning, you hear somebody fumbling with the straps outside your tent, and you see Garrett stick his half-orc face in, and he is just bundled up.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I could not come
No.
last night.
Oh, come on in,
Perhaps-
Bree. You look
Please
fresh.
come in.
I do not want to get snow all over your tent, and perhaps you are hungry.
Yes.
It would be much more warmer in the mess hall.
All right. Can I go with you? Because Lars wouldn't let me go anywhere without
Of
him.
course,
If I'm
just
with
quickly.
you, it's fine. Okay.
Just quickly, and we will go.
Oh.
And he closes the tent flap and heads over to the other one. You guys all kind of get on whatever winter clothing you guys managed to scrounge from the camp. And Garrett leads you back through. You don't know how much snow fell last night. Looks like a good 8 or 9 inches. And it is still pouring down, and the wind is still just howling through the camp. You can see most of the main pathways have been cleared, and more snow is falling on them. But some significant effort went into clearing it all. And Garrett leads you to the mess hall that is familiar to you. You guys go up. You get your steaming bowl of some kind of grain mush, and you all sit down at your table.
We're gonna have a conversation about the food quality here.
Oh no.
You're gonna write yourself a job.
There you go.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you've all found things like you're teaching wrist pocket. You're gonna go work at the bath. You're gonna work in the kitchen. It's great. Okay. So you guys are all sitting there. You don't see Lars, but Garrett is there.
Garrett.
Eating along with you. You guys kind of stamp off all of the snow. Garrett is just.
I'm giving you that grandma look, like you're using bad manners. With, like, the genitals.
What is that
What
horrible
is
noise?
that? Oh, I don't
there we
know.
go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What were you doing, Vera?
I was giving him, because he has bad table manners, I was giving him the grandma, like, dagger stare.
Roll an intimidation check.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Oh no, it's only a 1. It didn't work.
Oh
Oh,
no!
think
You
it-
could
I don't
re-roll
think it-
that.
No, it didn't roll.
I did.
Did you roll in the tray on the left?
I rolled on my thing. Wait.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Okay.
go.
if you roll
but
it
then-
not on the tray, it'll just show a number, but it won't show up
Right.
on the
Yeah.
tray.
It only counts if it got rolled in the tray.
Yay! So my 1 doesn't count.
And Vera, what you can do is you can actually go to your skills, and you can just drag. Oh. Nope.
Or you could double click on the intimidate skill.
Yeah, my problem is I'm splitting my screen weirdly between you guys and the thing, so not
Right.
everything's on up. So it's
Gotcha.
fine. I can do it. It's 14 if I add my modifier.
Yeah. Okay. 15. You catch his eye, and he just kind of.
This is the look.
Okay. You have intimidated the priest into eating appropriately.
Good. That's what I'm here for.
Good.
Spring, summer, winter, fall.
Oh,
Summer.
Oh, good.
Cormier has fiery red hair.
no, he's not because he's bald.
You're right. You all have this kind of stubble growing up. So he's got just this very thin red stubble.
Oh.
I look
Okay.
fine.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I forgot you guys have no hair. I need to remember that.
Add that to
was
the
that-
notes on your DM screen.
Yeah, I have this note for like, okay, is there anything in the party that would draw weird looks? Yes.
Yes.
There definitely
They're all
are.
bald.
Good. So Garrett is eating appropriately. You guys are all at the breakfast table.
Good.
Good, I'm eating.
Excellent.
I'll eat something. I will be supremely disappointed by the food and have an idea that I can improve it.
Oh yeah. Is there any conversation that you guys wanted to have? Any plans to make for the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to this priest.
All right. Okay, I will sit down next to Gart and just, let him eat his food because he's obviously hungry, but also make it clear that I'm here to chat when he's ready.
Okay. He goes and gets another bowl,
Okay.
finishes that one, goes and gets another bowl. And he's halfway through this third one when he just kind of glances over and looks at you, and you're just kind of sitting there clearly done, just looking at him. He goes, I'm sorry, yes, was there
No.
something?
Obviously, you must be very hungry. I was wondering, I have something I was wondering if you could help me with, actually.
Yes, of course.
I tried to reach you last night, but Lars said we shouldn't go anywhere because of the snow, and I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but I'm not sure here is the place to discuss this, but maybe we could talk somewhere more privately later.
Sure. I mean, could you tell me what your concern is about?
I'll just roll up my sleeve and show him my arm.
Okay. He looks at it. It appears to be just mildly infected. 1 second. And he just kind of
It's
goes
a little,
into a pouch at his side, pulls out a bunch, just like a little pack of herbs and whatnot, and just kind of opens it up and kind of starts picking through it. It's just like, no, which one did you say for infections? Yes, okay.
I just put my hand on his hand and just like push his hand away from the pouch just very gently and say, I need to discuss it with you because I'm worried that it could be dangerous. Not the infection. The means by which I got this. I did this.
There was some divinity involved.
I never told you
Oh.
about it, Mrs. Mayweather.
Did you not tell me?
No. But you're very perceptive. You probably noticed, and I
I
just
roll for that.
Vera, you've seen the shape before. Like, this is a crude version of what Lyra had painted in blood on the floor of the cabin. So you definitely recognize it.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Because if this is the first time I've seen it, I'm going to have a reaction right now.
I don't
we
think
had
you showed
long
it.
sleeves. I didn't
Yeah,
show
I
it
don't
to
think
anyone.
you've
I
shown
did
it
it
to
when,
anybody.
by myself.
I cuff you upside the head.
Mrs. Mayweather, ow!
What have you been dealing with on your own?
Nice.
I didn't have anyone to turn to.
Liliana's contribution.
No one to turn to, Lovey.
I had a very difficult time, Mrs. Mayweather.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have come to you.
No, I'm an adult. I can handle things on my own. It's just that, well,
Clearly
I
not.
I should have listened to Lyra. Lyra told me not to do things like this, but well, then she was gone, wasn't she?
But the young are always experimental.
Well, it
Garrett
makes
has
sense
just kind of
logically, sort of.
Garrett has leaned away from the conversation a little bit as this is just like going in between. His hands are just frozen over his medicine kit. He just kind of slowly starts to pack up and tuck away. And at some point while you guys are arguing, he just kind of goes, maybe it would just be easier to. He's just going to cast Healing Word. And the whole thing just, the whole scar just heals up. The scab just kind of flakes away and you just have a very fine white spiral scar on your arm.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Taliyah, my darling, the next time you feel you need to talk to someone, perhaps don't go as a first step to a mysterious dark power.
But Mrs. Mayweather, I didn't realize that it was a dark power. I thought that
There's no magic involved, Lovey.
But Lyra explained that to me, and it made sense. She said it wasn't the same as the Dragonborn's blood magic.
I will be the first one to admit that magic is not my area of expertise. But any magic that requires you to gouge symbols into your own arm raises a few red flags, at least for me.
Well, it worked, didn't it? And as you said, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do, right?
Ooh, very nice. I'm starting to agree with you.
Well, by worked, what do you mean happened?
How do you think we got off that island? How do you think I contacted? It was through my prayers, through my sacrifice, that she sent him. At least that's what he told me. And I heard her voice, and she said for me to come and find her.
But who was she?
I thought it was Illyrial. That's who I was praying to, but I don't know anything about divinity. It's the sort of thing, if you ask questions of the gods, that I would be rewarded with a smack on the head and told to keep doing my work that I should have been doing and not to bother him with such petty questions about stupid things that don't exist and doesn't matter. And it's up to us to create our own power.
I can go sit at a. It sounds like this is the conversations that you needed to have.
No, please, I need you to be here. I need you to understand. Please, because I think
evil god, but you didn't know it was an evil god. But no matter how you worship it,
you don't speak for me.
I love how Leanna's just like, cut the crap. Here, look, here's what happened.
This is what happened. Seriously.
Taliyah, I don't blame you. I'm sorry if that is what has come across. I don't. I blame myself.
No, Mrs. Mayweather, there is no blame involved. It is just Lyra was right when she told me I shouldn't meddle with things that I don't understand. But then, well, she went and meddled, didn't she? And she left us, and I didn't know what to do. And I knew that I couldn't bear to stay there on that island forever. And
perhaps this young man will offer us some clarity. Sir, you've heard, I believe, part of the story here. My young friend seems to have accidentally contacted the wrong god.
Because there are so many of them that she could have
But-
contacted.
Yeah, I have gathered that.
you said that
What
When-
is the worry? Why are you scared?
I was afraid that she may be able to trace me through this, and I point to the scar.
He will cast lesser restoration on you,
Okay.
and you know, he closes his eyes, casts the spell, and you can see that silver shattered moon with the spear behind it. Holy symbol glows kind of faintly, and it sputters a little bit, and he scrunches his eyes up, and it glows, and the spell goes off, and you just kind of feel this is the closest analogy, because I was donating plasma yesterday, and having saline injected into you has this very pleasant, just like cool feeling, right? It's kind of like that, but it goes all the way through your body. I don't know if you ever had saline straight into your veins before, but it's pleasant. That's what it feels like.
All I can think of, Josh, is your story about trying to donate blood and accidentally joining the rowing team. All I can think of, which is still my favorite thing you have ever done.
That's
I did not know that I had told you that story before.
You did at dinner. It was fantastic. I love it.
Contact mysterious gods by accident. Josh joins the rowing team by accident.
Things happen. What are you gonna do?
Not my smartest moment.
It was beautiful.
Alrighty. So it does not seem to be any lasting influence on you that I can detect.
Thank you. And forgive me if this is too public a venue for such a personal question, but when you and I conversed yesterday,
Yeah.
very first, you said you seemed to know what I was talking about when I asked clarity on which lady, because I seem to have gotten them mixed up recently. You said something similar to the effect of that happens to you too.
Oh, and you can see kind of his olive green skin kind of purples a little bit around the cheeks and the forehead. And he's like, you woke me up. I don't know what was coming out of my mouth. Etwas nasse.
All right. I'm not the insight check person, so I'm not going to do it.
You don't need to roll insight. He's lying out his ass.
Yeah.
You get the sense that the lady he was talking about there was not talking about deities.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure that Taliyah would pick up on that. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
3 children.
Vera's sitting over there like, yeah.
How old is this Garrett fellow?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, I almost reached for a real die. Hold on. Insight is something. There it is.
He's
On
young.
brand. Okay, cool.
Josh, did you just create a ladies' man priest? I'm like, really?
No. Yes. I don't know. You don't know.
So I told you yesterday the story of the goddess that I thought I worshipped, but I would love to hear the story of yours.
Oh yeah. It's very exciting. I think I told you she was one of the elder gods.
Yes.
She was brought back very recently by a group of heroes that sadly fell when Westishire did. We don't quite know what happened to them, but they were killed sometime before the arrival of the Red Angel, and yeah, she is. There are not many of us who still believe in her, but she is the mother of the broken. She cares for them. She gives them home. She used to have a temple that took care of how do you call them? The ones with the horns, tieflings.
Yes.
Tieflings and the lycanthropes are her favorite children. The lycanthropes.
Do I know what lycanthropes are? Just because of all my study? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lycanthropy is a fairly common worry and threat in any great city. Everybody knows. Like, not everybody knows kind of the details and how it works.
Sure.
But what you do know is just common knowledge, right? Lycanthropes are people who are overcome by bestial nature, and when they bite people, sometimes that can spread, and it gets really bad, and people die.
And tieflings are also often like treated as devil's spawn. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because I'm remembering from the old game. So
yeah. So Silhalun, she cares for the lycanthropes and the tieflings and other outcasts and broken souls.
I see. And is that a requirement for her worship? Is that you must be an outcast?
No, all can worship her.
Oh.
But whether she grants power to anyone is entirely between the acolyte and herself.
I see. Well, you see, it's interesting because what helped me so much yesterday, I was in a very dark place, and I had tried desperately to impose my will and reach out to Illyriel to come between the ritual that the Hemotarch was doing with our other dead friend, and it didn't work. But then later in the afternoon, I was searching for things that I needed, and I had thought previously, as I was sitting and meditating on Illyriel, I had pictured in my mind this moment that I recall from being a child and the silver moon shining through my mother's window. And it was very special, and I felt a deep connection with someone there.
Yeah, that was probably Silhalun. I mean, it wasn't Illyriel. She doesn't exist.
Now, I don't come to your house and tell you your God doesn't exist.
I mean, no, but I mean, it is obvious.
So
yes?
Everyone else in the world, Garrett, tells us all that our gods don't exist. So why is yours more likely to exist than mine?
I mean, can you do this? And he's just gonna cast Sacred Flame, and just like a mote of heavenly fire just kind of appears in the ceiling and drops down and then vanishes right before it hits the ground.
I can call down fire from the heaven, but it looks a little different than yours.
But that was not fire. That was holy essence.
Indeed.
What?
I like you.
Any hedge wizard can call down fire. fires.
You people with your hedge wizards, I know.
I can create fire with sticks and rocks. This is not godhood.
Can you do this? And I snap my spell book out.
I can snap my finger. I can't make bolts appear.
Then perhaps to each their own. But tell me.
Yeah, you continue to worship God of libraries, and you know, I will continue being a soldier in the Legion.
And my magic comes from the insanity of the world, so I guess we're all different and unique.
Yeah, you're a little crazy and frightening, but
yes,
she's terrified. So may I come and you can instruct me in the ways of worship for Silhudun, then? Should I wish to?
Perhaps, don't roll the R. Perhaps sure. Now might not be the time. I understand you, Lars told me you all had things you wanted to do today.
Oh. I just wanted to spend time with you, honestly. But I think that perhaps I was supposed to teach Lars that trick, actually, and I put my spellbook back.
Okay. Where are we?
So
yeah, but perhaps we can talk as we take your friend over there to the bathhouse.
Yes.
Sorry, no, we're not going to the bathhouse. We're going to the
Tribune Aria.
Yeah, to go talk to the Tribune.
That sounds lovely.
Excellent. Vera, are you tagging along? Is there anything you wanted to?
Well, I'll tag to meet the Tribune, but I will go and perhaps ask permission of the Tribune to work in their kitchen.
Oh. I think you're still looking for a Tribune, just a different one. Hold on.
Oh, different administrator.
Yes, because this is the administrator of the bathhouse. Bureaucracy.
Job at a camp. I'll buy it.
Every time I think I've downloaded and printed off all of my Freeman Legion stuff, there's always one more page that I have not. There is somewhere I have a breakdown and a description of what everybody's job is. We'll take care of that later. Right now, they're gonna go see Tribune Aria one of the Tribune of the camp. So, as you bundle up and head down as you go through the driving snow, Garrett is exuberant. His just gesturing all over the place and just hawking up a storm, and you can see kind of his eyebrows are getting frost rimed and everything. But as he's talking about this, he just does not seem to feel the cold. So on the way there, yeah, well, the order has existed many times, but there's some kind of enemies that always seems to dog us, and our records tend to be incomplete. Every couple centuries, they're all destroyed by some kind of enemy, and the order is sent reeling. But always remember the essentials. We are all in debt for the things we have done. All of us who have been broken have all done bad things, and we come to the mother for absolution. We never forget these things. We are always in debt. We are always repaying the debt. We always remember that we know very little, that there's always more to know and more to understand. And in the midst of the pain of others, we become rocks. We are mountains. What is remembered can never truly die. And, he's just telling you all of these things as you guys kind of walk through the snow.
I'm trying to absorb them all, knowing that I would normally be taking notes, but I don't have any of my writing materials.
Yep, and at the moment, you're mostly just concerned with staying warm and trying to prevent snow from going down the back of your furs.
Yes.
Eventually, you guys enter a small cluster of buildings. These have not been. These appear to have been damaged, as have most of the buildings. These ones are much better repaired, and you're not sure how, but it looks as if the stone has somehow been drawn out of the earth and melded into places in the wood. This is not crude, more planks just being nailed onto broken ones to straighten them up. The earth and stone have been moved and shaped to construct and repair these buildings.
Interesting.
As you're going through, 2 or 3 people kind of running, carrying armfuls of scrolls, kind of head out one way. Another person kind of runs in holding a message in their hand and disappears through one door. And you guys are eventually, you reach a room, and Garrett kind of pokes his head and says, Tribune, I have the refugees from the city have come to see you. I believe they want to help out around the camp. And you guys are let in. Where are we? Sitting behind a desk with rows. It's kind of like a wine rack. It's like diamonds. Yeah. There's one of those sitting on the desk, and it's just filled with neatly ordered scrolls. You can see color-coded tags sticking or hanging off of some of them. The desk has what looks like some kind of map laid out on it. There's a goblet and a pitcher of water on the edge, and sitting behind the desk is a very large half-orc woman wearing lorica, but instead of red underneath the battle skirt and instead of a red tunic, she's wearing a tunic of deep purple.
No.
With a little bit kind of she's got a cloak that buttons onto the front of the lorica, and the buttons are of gold, everything. And she sits there and looks up and says, "All right, what did you want to do?"
I want to get a job.
Excellent. We can put you to work digging the latrines. That seems to be the least favorable jobs and the one most in need of work.
Sure. I actually have experience working in a bathhouse, and I think I'd be much more useful there.
Now you have experience in the bathhouse. This would be good. What did you do in your in the bathhouse that you worked in?
Mostly massages and, loosening muscles that have gotten very, very tight.
Good. You know how to use the striggle?
Yes.
Insight check.
Does Liliana know it? Well, where would you have been working in the bathhouse?
I don't know. We've never figured out. She doesn't even quite remember where she used to live.
Roll me a history check.
Okay.
And you can, if you're not proficient in this, you can add your proficiency bonus to this roll.
Awesome.
Oh no.
Plus proficiency plus intelligence.
What?
Plus
Josh?
proficiency. So plus proficiency and then plus your intelligence.
Plus 2. So 4. So 8.
Total of 8. You do not know what a striggle is.
Okay.
So
I'm just
Vera,
saying.
go ahead and roll insight.
So can I just double click the?
Yeah, so if you double click the D20 right by the insight skill, it'll roll.
Oh. Hang on. D20 next to I give up. Hang on a sec.
I'll just add my modifier manual.
10.
10? Yeah, you're not She's not telling the truth. Actually,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it
Liliana, she lies on her ass all the time. That's like her main personality trait.
Give me a deception check. The Tribune is also trying to decide here.
Oh, I'm sure.
What's the Tribune's?
Okay, that's not terrible. That's a 13.
13. Okay. I find myself not believing you, and but generally recommend not lying to me. Yeah. The struggles.
Look, I'll be honest. I don't remember exactly a whole lot about my past, but I do remember that I worked in a bathhouse and that I was very good at it. So, how can we make this work?
All right. Then, I don't usually soldiers have regular pay. You are not a soldier. I cannot pay you as a soldier's wage.
That's fine.
But as a private contractor, perhaps you could go on the auxiliary pay scale. That might work. Okay. 1 gold a week, and if you prove yourself to be particularly skilled, perhaps we can move that up to 1 gold a day. I believe this is what works
Excellent, I'll take it.
in the private sector. Excellent. Later, and guy kind of runs into the room, salutes. Yeah, takes the Dragonborn to the glass house that is being constructed. She will be assisting there. She may begin as a masseuse. If this is not working, you will find another thing for her. Tell Alexander. And so yeah, Lator is going to lead you away to the bathhouse.
Hell yeah.
Vera and Taliyah, you're left here.
I promise. I actually am. Like, Liliana probably is very good at sweet talking people and very good with her hands.
See, now I have to figure out what do you roll for masseuse?
strength.
Dex?
Is it strength?
It depends on the techniques
This
you're
would
using.
depend. I don't know. I've only gotten one massage ever, so I have no idea. Right. And you two, what would you like?
Well, Tribune, ma'am, you perhaps
Sir,
heard the adage. I'm sorry, what's your title?
Sir, please.
Sir. Tribune, sir. You perhaps heard the old adage, an army marches on its stomach.
Yeah, I've heard this. Vreen came up with it.
Of course, they did. Well, I propose that I could improve your army's stomach.
And how would you propose to do this?
By improving the quality of your cuisine.
And how do you propose to do that?
Many, many years of experience feeding very large groups of people. Allow me to enter your kitchen, perhaps speak to your cooks, and see the results for yourself.
You have fed a legion before.
One could say so.
I can do that one. Give me a persuasion check.
Oops, hang on a second. Oh, come on.
You can re-roll that.
You
I
can.
I will re-roll it.
You are hold on. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say you can also have inspiration on that because you are using your one reroll today to convince somebody to let you cook. So if you want to add inspiration to that, you're welcome to.
Thank you. So it was a 15 plus 4. How much is inspiration again?
A D6.
D6.
6. Okay. 2. Mathematics.
Is that a 20, 21?
21.
21? Okay. All right. Populus. Another guy kind of runs into the room. Take her to see the cooks. She is to be installed in the kitchen. Put on station with the other cooks. She still reports to the head, but perhaps there's room for her to grow. All right, you are also led out. And what can I do for you?
I am a scribe. If there is something I can help you with, as
There
far
are
as
so
paperwork.
very many things. All right, then. You can start with these. She just kind of takes 3 scrolls out of her thing, sets them on the edge of the desk towards you. I will need 3 copies of each of those.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
and,
may I ask a favor?
Perhaps.
Instead of payment, could I have paper and ink?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Persuasion. 15.
You might have some paper and ink.
Just for journal. For a journal. It doesn't have to be of magical quality. Although if that is available.
I'm not concerned with what you will use it for. I am but there are legion supplies.
Of course.
But we are not short on paper at the moment, or ink. Too bad.
Thank you.
There's always more writing to be done.
And you just
Alright.
need this copied? You don't need anything special?
No, just copy it for now.
Okay.
And I will review your work, and if it is satisfactory, perhaps I will have other things for you to do.
I'm very,
Okay.
very accomplished, I promise.
Question.
All right. Yes.
Before I left, I would have asked about my salary.
Okay. You are. Yeah, they're gonna give you. They're gonna give you about a silver a day.
We'll work on that.
Ooh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's basic. That's the same. Essentially, the same thing as a gold a week. That would be actually 5 copper a day. So as an independent cook.
Independent contractor.
Essentially you're an independent contractor.
And you have to pay your own taxes too.
Yeah.
Ooh, rough.
Okay.
And they're just
Now-
paying me in paper and ink, right? So I'm good.
Depends on how long you work for them, but yeah.
Okay.
Initially, yeah, just paper and ink. Okay. Did you guys want to role play through any of what you're doing, or?
Well,
I think mine would be a little bit weird, so I'm gonna say no.
a little weird. maybe.
Okay.
I don't need to role play it, but my actual intention is to truly improve a level of food, but also to kind of make friends and get to know, starting with the cooks, but then moving to the troops too. That's my actual intention.
Oh my God. This is amazing. All right. Now I'm going to make you role play through that then.
Okay.
How are you going to go about doing this? I assume you're taking a different tact than you did on the Charon.
I'm not going to poison people if that's what you think.
Or kick the cook out of his own kitchen.
I was going to say, I was more talking about your interaction with the cook.
Yes, I will not do that. I will draw on some life experience of moving up the ranks of a organization by proving oneself both charming and useful to the head of said organization.
Okay. Give me just a cooking roll.
Which is
It's a D20 plus your proficiency bonus.
okay.
Cooking. Wisdom?
It's experience based.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give you wisdom.
Okay, hang on.
Roll a cooking check. This is the best.
Is this,
You have to know what flavors go with other flavors.
Good
This is
cooking
a-
check. 20 plus my wisdom, which is 3, so 23.
Mm.
according to RPG Stack Exchange, there isn't an answer.
Tragic.
So yeah.
We can ask Jeremy Crawford later. He'll figure it out.
It looks like Chris Perkins has suggested intelligence a couple of times, but I like wisdom.
I like wisdom too.
Instinctively, I don't cook based on recipes.
Mhm.
Right. Well, and you're in a new kitchen. You don't know where everything is, right? It's a lot of people managing and figuring out like, okay, right, unfamiliar materials, foods. How do we combine these and make them work? All right.
It goes
So
back
what
to
was
like
your total?
intelligence, that like a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not to put a tomato in a fruit salad.
Yes.
I feel like that kind of works in this
Wait, you don't do
situation.
that? That's an 8. Is that a total of 23?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Within an hour, you have found new ways somehow of combining the same 3 ingredients into something nice. You take like a little bit of sugar and just like sprinkle it on the top, and then you kind of grab one of the hexen walking past the kitchen and like drag them in there and have them do a cantrip. Basically like brulee the oatmeal.
Nice.
I don't know
No.
if that works. Now I want to try that.
Yeah, let's
I
do like
idea if that would work. And it gets to the point where you actually have a couple of soldiers from the mess hall are now like desperately trying to volunteer to work in the kitchen. You're going out personally and passing out and you're taking it to tables and serving it instead of making them come up to the line. And as with, the watchtower and the ship, very quickly, Mrs. Mayweather becomes a camp-wide name.
Lovely.
Infiltration.
Give me a quick, just straight charisma check.
But I feel like chefs would be the best criminals now. just in general.
15? Okay, yeah. At first, the head cook is a little bit, like, who is this person just coming into my kitchen and whatnot? But you managed to win him over as well. And, he's still the head cook, but by the end of this, you're clearly running the kitchen. Okay.
Got to start small.
Oh my god. Taliyah.
Yes, I would like to know what the scrolls say.
Scrolls.
Copying.
They are extraordinarily mundane. One of them is a request for more materials at the bathhouse.
Okay.
Another one is a request for the commandant's signature on a plan to modify the southeastern slope of the plateau that the camp sits on. There are not tactical details in there about specifically what they want to do. There are references to other documents that are not in this thing, but they're working on something with the southeastern slope of this whole plateau. And the third one is basically just an account of supplies consumed yesterday.
Okay. And then I would work really hard to make sure that it was as perfect as possible, because that's what I do.
Give me a scribing check.
It's
dexterity, proficiency.
I don't know, because I'm proficient with the calligrapher's tools, but I I think there's a room for it to be intelligence, but I'm not positive.
Well,
Maybe
Clay,
dex.
what's the roll for forgery?
That again depends on how much you're trying to make it look like something else, or how well you're actually communicating the.
Yeah, I'll give you intelligence.
Okay. Plus proficiency. So let me find my thing here. So if I rolled an intelligence save, that would actually add my proficiency in there. So I'll just do that.
Okay.
So that's a 19.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you copy it. You study them very carefully. You went through it actually pretty quickly. You were trying to go slow because you wanted it perfect, but the hand is very simple.
Okay. Is it common, I suppose, or?
This is in common, yes.
Okay.
And so yeah, you copy it fairly quickly. You double check everything. It looks good. This is some of your good work.
Excellent.
You take it back to the Tribune's office. She looks over it. That was very quick. All right. But
I also am fluent in Elvish and Draconic if you need any of those sorts of things.
at the moment that will not be necessary. However, I would like to keep you on. However, the acting commandant has more need of this than I do. So she is down at the end of the hall, and you may go to her.
Oh, okay. Now?
Yes, now I'm sure she has many things to copy.
The end of the hall. Okay.
Yep.
And what is her name, please? Or how should I address her when I arrive?
Her name is Aria Leontia.
Leontia.
You should call her Commandant.
Commandant. Yes. Of course. Thank you. And I'll just like curtsy my way out.
Hurry.
And I will go down and knock on the commandant's door.
All right. You hear a voice. Open.
Is that a familiar voice?
It is not.
Okay. I'll just, yes, oh dear, what was her title?
You're staring at a closed door right now.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what the lady's title was that sent me. Taliyah would remember that. Jenny is not.
It was Tribune.
Tribune. There we go. Okay. I will open the door and walk in and say, yes, ma'am, the Tribune sent me, Commandant. I am a scribe. She said you may have need of me. Great.
Indeed. So this office, there is a bulky, built human woman standing behind a desk. She is wearing the same style of armor that you've seen on all of the soldiers, but this one has also pauldrons and vambraces. There's a large sword in a sheath on the table, and it has kind of this glowing rune set into the hilt. The room is fairly small. It looks like it's also a mess.
Okay.
Looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's halfway through being packed up, and a bunch of other stuff that's halfway through being kind of unpacked and hung up and set about. The desk in front of her, you can see just a map of the city. You can see scrolls half unraveled, set down with paperweights. There are two different inkwells, both of which are open, and just like your scribe mind goes, oh no!
Oh dear, how can you work in these conditions?
Yeah, just kind of your OCD is starting to kick in. There are multiple quills that still have wet ink on them that are just kind of slowly dripping off onto some of the parchment here.
I immediately go and start like trying to pick them up.
This woman's hair it's cut fairly short, but a little bit longer than the soldiers, and you can see it's just messed up and kind of sticking out, like she's still like she just got out of bed.
Love her.
It's
She's
a
great.
mess. Deep circles under her eyes. goes, excellent. You can begin by sorting all of
I've
this.
already started sorting. Like the quills are getting picked up and put into one spot. The
Fair
extra
enough.
inkwell's getting put away.
For the rest of the afternoon, you don't really have a chance to copy anything, but you are organizing, compiling, setting aside by topic, etc. Okay.
I'll suggest that maybe a cup of tea would help at some point, that she needs one, and just make myself as indispensable as possible, which I think I'm probably pretty good at.
She just kind of grunts when you suggest that, and you're not sure if that was a yes or a no.
I'll
No.
press the point and say, shall I fetch you one?
One what?
Tea, something, hard
no,
spirits.
No, it's just no time.
All right.
And like other than that, like it is just dead silent through the rest of the afternoon. People occasionally run in, hand her something. She'll dispatch a couple of orders and then they'll head out. But it's like you are overwhelmed by a sense of just desperation.
Okay.
As you go through this, and you're trying to subject that to your will for organization.
Yeah.
Okay, Almania.
I'm not on.
I'm sorry, Liliana. Liliana, you go to the bathhouse and you are quickly put to work. It is not finished. They're just kind of finishing up laying, basically digging the holes and laying the stone in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
To then be filled with water. But you start to get to know the staff and the other people working there and your direct supervisor. Give me either a straight. Give me both an intelligence check and a persuasion check.
Okay. There's intelligence. That's a 12 for intelligence. Persuasion. Ooh, that's a 23.
Okay. You very quickly insinuate yourself into the rank of the bath people.
The
bath people.
The bath people. You demonstrate at the request of your supervisor. You demonstrate a few techniques that you remember, and it's a struggle, but there's a lot of muscle memory going into this, and you manage to impress them somewhat. You're not blowing it out of the water, but you remember some things.
It's the new hands. Mess her up.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got these like claws, so I'm like constantly like having to remember like don't stab people. But I get pretty good at it. A lot of like palm work where there aren't claws,
Yeah, you focus mostly on kind of the heel, the palms, and the knuckles, and you get by. There's also the concern of kind of the small scales like scraping, but it works.
My hands are also bigger than I used to remember them being, so it is kind of fun to have to worry about that too.
You also learned what a striggle is.
What is
the basic process is you lather somebody in oil, and then the striggle is kind of this curved dagger.
Oh,
almost.
the scraper. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. Okay, you guys come to the end of the day. Who else do we have? I don't know what showed
We
you.
have Cormier.
We've got Cormier as well. So they have been off working. Cormier, Summer.
He's a smith.
He's a smith, yeah.
He is a smith, but he's Summer right now, and they would totally see what happens if they threw him in and made him do drills, or like drill some of the squads.
Oh boy.
9 plus
So, right?
14. Occasionally, as you guys head through the camp during the day, you can hear through the howling wind and the driving snow the occasional voice of Cormyr rising above it all. Keep the line, you slobs! And it's great.
Drill sergeant. Yeah.
Shoji will work in the medical tent. Oh, that was so close to a natural 20. Oh, it was so close. Where's Shoji? Oh, okay. She's there. She doesn't do terribly well, but they don't pick her out. Yeah, Vera.
I'd like to, as over the course of the day, try and do a little tiny bit of recon here. I'm interested on where their food supply is coming from and how.
Oh, okay. Yep. Give me a persuasion check,
Okay.
because I'm not sure.
Because I would see the deliveries and stuff, especially if they're happening throughout the day, or at least I'd see the storerooms.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you know, it's not difficult to find out kind of where the quartermaster is.
Okay, but I'd like to go a little deeper than that. Yeah.
You mean how are they getting supplies to the city? Okay.
I rolled a 22.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. The cook that you talk about, right, in between conversations about your children, and she's talking about her children, and you guys are just kind of trading stories about kind of the early days and whatnot. Yeah, you managed to press her for some information, and you find that there are regular every month a large train of supply wagons along with 2 cohorts actually journey back to the Empire to get new supplies.
So they're
and
a long haul.
Oh yeah. In addition to that, to supplement it, they also raid the city, because the ghouls do not eat. Neither the ghouls nor the undead that control the other parts of the city really eat the same food. So any non-perishables and any magically preserved foods are still perfectly good. So they send out raiding parties and squads to scout out new places and storehouses to clean out and bring back to the camp.
Okay.
In the course of that conversation, with a 22, you also find out, you guys have heard little bits and pieces hinting at this. About a week ago, when during the full red moon, the camp got hit hard. Something about the full red moon just sent the ghouls into a berserk rage, and the camp was nearly overrun. The connection between the camp and the actual gate to the city was severed several times, and ultimately they actually had to give it up. And so every time they need to get to the gate to the city, they basically have to form up several cohorts and force their way there. The commandant was killed, along with one of the higher, the Brandevancer, one of the higher casters in the Legion. And they lost a good portion of the Legion's strength. The camp was in a different place then. It was because of that event that the camp has now shifted to the top of this plateau, which makes it much more difficult to maintain, a connection with the city gate, but the position itself is significantly more defensible. And they're basically gearing up for the next full red, which nobody really knows when it's going to come, because the moon's only been around for a year, and nobody's really been able to plot its phases yet. So they're gearing up.
Can I ask a slightly strange question?
Sure.
about the what's the term I'm looking for? Cosmology here.
Sure.
Is this a globe planet that we're aware of, and are the moons globular satellites? And do we know that?
Roll a history check.
Oh, I might not know that because Vera doesn't care. Okay, hang on. Nope, I don't know.
Just total of 7?
It was wait, was that a 7 or a 1?
That was a
No, that's a 7.
Okay, it was a 7. I thought it looked like a 1. So with
Plus
history, it's 9.
A total of 9? Okay. So the moons are definitely discs at the very least. I mean, they are round. Yeah, nobody thinks that the Earth is, that the world is flat. Yes, it's round, but nobody has ever been around it.
Okay.
It's mathematically provable, but whoever any ship that has ever tried to sail far enough in either direction has never returned.
Okay.
I love when people ask you if your fantasy world is a globe, because then you start thinking about planets and then you're just like, I don't know if it's a globe. Is there an equator? Should I have made that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It becomes like, ah!
I'm sorry.
We've mathematically proved it's a globe, but no one's proved it's a globe.
Right. Nobody has ever circumnavigated it.
Okay.
This is how we bring the gods back, guys. We travel the world and we
Around the
go
world
around
in
it in
80 days,
a circle.
and then the gods come back.
If you guys want to hop on a ship and see what happens,
We travel.
I will
We
run
travel
that campaign.
We travel from the Northern Lions to the Alchemy Combine, but we do it the other way, and people think that we're like completely nuts, and it's great.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to have this up. Is this still shared? Can you guys all see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
It is.
Yeah, it's there.
Right? Yeah. Right. So, right, you guys are right here.
I don't think we can see your mouse.
I can't see your pin.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are all right.
In Westishire, right?
You guys are all right there. Can you see that?
No.
Oh, you can't see that?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
it now. Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are you're about 300 miles from Vreem. So the thing I was about to tell you, Vera, is that the resupply trip takes it takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh no, it's the winter. Yeah, it takes about 2 or 3 weeks
Oh, jeez.
for each resupply. So basically, they come in and then stick around for a few days and then head right back out.
Okay. Fair.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out now, like, what the person who would be willing to circumnavigate the world would be like. If he'd just be like a crazy old man who'd be like, "Yes, we can find the other part."
I was gonna say you could totally build this into the character that you're building to punish me. And it's just like, yes, the stupidest person on the face of the planet is the same one who wants to circumnavigate it.
My dad said I was totally stupid, but I really think the world is circular, guys. You have no idea. There is math. I don't even know math, but there isn't. It exists.
I will let you ponder that character choice.
Oh, there
That
you
can
go.
be your bond or your ideal.
I'm here for it.
Oh dear. Okay. You guys spend the day, and you come back together at the end of it, back in your tents, and you realize you're getting 1 gold a week. You're getting 5 copper a day, so 9 silver a week.
And I got some paper.
You got paper and ink.
Hey guys,
Shoji
money
and
my way.
Cora together are getting paid about $1.50. Actually, no, she's working in the medical tent. About 2.5 gold a week.
And I may be getting a gold a day. I may be getting 5 gold a week.
Yes, you all might get up to that point. It's going to take you a long time to get hundreds of gold.
I got enough to pay my way. I haven't told them that.
Eventually, Vera gets bored. She's like, guys, I've had enough money to pay for us this entire time. Let's go.
But you only have 300, right, Grace?
I have enough for myself.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I definitely don't have a chart for how your answers to the interview questions impact how much money it costs.
All I remember is Laura V said something, and he was like, "Yep, 1,200 gold."
Yeah. Okay, so you guys work for a couple of days. You're not making a lot of money. You are making quite a few contacts.
I was about to say.
Well, okay, Vera is making quite a few contacts. You have whole patrols of soldiers who are not allowed to salute you, but when they pass you kind of in between the tents, I'm sorry, and at this point you guys have been given free reign. You've been deemed not a threat. You guys can go off on your own without supervision. Obviously, still don't break, steal, burn, etc. Things. But yeah, you are not constantly minded. You don't see Lars very often. I assume you and Gert continue to have religious discussions
That
where
would be a daily thing.
He continues to ridicule the idea that Illyriel is real and continue to
And
not ridicule. He's not being mean about it. It's just it's a very matter of fact thing for him.
And because of the fact that I've been trained to be an extremely logical person, obviously faith in the gods is totally illogical, but I will start to think that maybe he's right. And perhaps the idea of Illyriel and of Silhaloon are basically the same. And that's what I was after ultimately anyway, was the idea. And so I will start to come around to his way of seeing things.
Okay. So you guys have those conversations in the evening. During the day, you are cloistered with the acting commandant.
I'm doing my best work for her.
And you are. I'm sorry. What I was saying, Vera, is that I'm not allowed to salute you because you are not an officer.
Yeah, I am.
But they have come up with just various gestures of respect and gratitude as you continue to run the camp kitchen.
Can I ask one more thing? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm also going to try and get a feel, especially from chatting with the boys and ladies of the Legion, for maybe this is too much of a giveaway of Vera's longer term plans, but getting a feel for Reem and just how they relate to other cities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something big, but they're soldiers. So like they would, what the philosophy is, as in, are they always conquerors, or do they have allies? As in, what's going on with the philosophy here?
Yeah, you do that no problem. With the number of soldiers that you interact with and who are just totally devoted to you. Simple questions, these answers just come spilling out. The soldiers are quite happy and proud to talk about it.
Okay.
Reem do not consider anyone really their allies, because everybody else has their head up their ass, essentially. The only chance of kind of restoring any sort of order and safety in the world starts and ends with the Vreeman Empire. They cannot, with just the empire as it is, extend their order and their influence across the whole world. And so, absolutely, anybody who is not willing to help, they will conquer. The time for Vreem to be hiding its talents and its strength is over.
Right. But they are not philosophically opposed to leaving cities independent.
I mean, as long as those cities will listen and obey.
There's the problem. Because I'm trying to find what balance that they have, as in, can they respect another city as an equal ally, or does it always have to be a satellite state?
You get the sense you're not sure, right? You're talking to common soldiers. You don't know politically what it would mean. You know that the soldiers themselves would have a very hard time, like, really looking up to or really respecting anything other than Vreem and Vreeman things. You get the sense it would take some truly extraordinary acts to change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to do while I'm, in the commandant's service is keep my ears out for anything that would have to do with Placus or any of the other things that I heard about.
Yeah, you roll an investigate check.
Okay.
I made this really easy on myself, and I just have notes in fantasy grounds. Perfect. I love it.
Ooh. That's only a 10.
Okay. Well, Leontia is the acting commandant.
Right.
You do not come across the name. Actually, no, you would actually, even with just a 10. Placus is the captain of the Himmelspieren.
Okay.
Which, as you occasionally ask questions as you're trying to make sense of some of the things that you're reading, so you know kind of where to organize it and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Himmelspieren are basically the Griffon riders of the Legion.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Placus is the captain.
Okay. And is he alive?
He is.
Okay.
The place that you see his name. Oh, there we go. The place that you see his name is actually he's signing some of the things that come to the acting commandant.
Okay.
Some other things that you learn about. One of the things that you end up copying is a letter from Arya Leontia, the commandant, to the High Chancellor of the Empire, to be sent back with the next supply run. You copy out this letter. It is essentially making a very strong argument for the Legion's presence in Westishire being it's hopeless. The West is lost, and Vreem is wasting resources trying to continue to reach it. And she is requesting that the Legion, that the 5th, the Corpse Hammer Legion, be reassigned somewhere else where they can actually do something good, because this place is lost.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I ever convince her to drink tea? And just
occasionally, as you manage to organize things well enough that she's still very high strung. You get the sense this is not what she was trained to do. But you get things organized, and kind of she gradually, she's always high strung, just less so, and she starts to soften, and she'll answer questions like, "Would you like some tea?" And so yes,
Okay.
you never really get to sit down and have a conversation
Sure.
with her. It is all work.
Work needs doing, and I'm fine with that. I would just try my best to make sure that I make myself as indispensable to her as possible
Okay.
for my own reasons, and also just to ease her burden and help her out.
A few days into this, as you've been doing that, there are. I'm sorry, I missed something. One of the letters from Placus are refusals, not direct refusals, but the commandant has been ordering them, the Himmelspiren, to burn the body of one of their comrades who fell a week or so past during the Red Moon. Placus is arguing against it.
Why?
And you're not quite following what's going on. And when you ask Arya, she just has you put that one aside, and she'll deal with it later. Those ones she answers personally and does not have you copy.
Okay.
Or her responses, that is. But 3 or 4 days into this, as you come across another one, she kind of looks at you. You and your friends, you fought your way through the city, yes?
In a manner of speaking, I mean, we fought our way out. We kind of walked ourselves in.
Yeah. I'm given to understand that you are refugees, but you seem to have more skills.
Yes, I suppose. Yeah. The big one's good with the sword, and the Dragonborn does magic, as do I. And Mrs. Mayweather has got a very strong arm for such a small person, and she hides well and hits hard.
How would you feel about perhaps going back out into the city?
I'd rather stay here with you if that's okay. But I never refuse an order.
You are not under my command. I understand you are all seeking passage to the Empire.
Yes.
The next supply run will be here in a couple of days. I cannot order you, but I will pay you well to accomplish a task for me.
So that I have proper information to give to the group, what sort of task, may I ask?
You have seen the letters from Placus. One of the Himmelspiren was killed in the last battle.
Yes.
But his griffon was not. The bond between the griffon and the rider is a powerful one, which I do not understand. But when one dies, the other must be put down.
Oh.
The griffon badly mauled several of the others and escaped. And the Himmelspiren have been searching for it for ever since, and have been unable to find it.
Oh.
We need to get where's his name? We need to get Arminus. We need to get his body burnt, but the rest of the Himmelspiren refuse to do so.
Why do they refuse?
Because he would want to be burned with his griffin.
Oh, I see.
As I said, the bond is powerful, And so Himmelsperren has their own, they have their own culture. And to burn one without the other would somehow dishonor them. Anyways, I cannot find him. The Griffons, it is. And they will not get off my back about letting them search underground for it. But I will not let them dismount outside the camp. It is too dangerous, and I cannot lose more Himmelsperren. They are the prized possession of any legion.
Yes, I can see why.
I will give you and your friends 1,000 gold if you can find the griffin. If it is alive, put it down and burn it with honors.
All right. That is quite a sum. May I speak with my group and get back to you? Because I do not make decisions for them.
As I said, I cannot order you.
Well, the money is good.
Value are out there. If you choose to take the quest, we will also pay. I have this somewhere. Hold on. Posted it to the.
It's in that stack over there.
I've got it. Yes, thank you. Good. And she goes for the scroll. Good. We will pay you a bounty of 100 gold pieces per ghoul head.
Okay.
And if you can find any holy symbols of Sorana V and return them here, they are worth 1,350 gold apiece.
Oh, all right. That is a lot of gold.
Well, I can handle the rest of this for the day. Please speak with your friends and let me know what they say.
I will. And I'll curtsy my way out.
All right, you curtsy your way out. All right, as you guys congregate at the end of the day with all of the information that you've learned, you guys can have that conversation, and we will do that. Actually, JD, could you let me know real quick if we have the capability of doing a break? Are we doing a break or no? Just get to me on Discord. I'm not sure, because if we can, we're going to do one now, and if we can't, we're just going to power through. So you guys congregate in your tents at the end of the day while I wait for a message.
A quick question, Jenny. Have you told us about the letter to the Chancellor?
No.
Welcome back.
Okay.
I would not have told you guys anything about stuff that I found in her office because that would seem like a breach of trust to me.
Okay.
Yeah, you were given a very strict briefing that you are not to reveal any of the information without express permission.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I would not share that with you.
I'm crossing it out in my notes.
Okay. I also would not have told you about the dream.
Okay.
All right.
It's because now I'm scared of divination magic now that, Lars talked to me about it.
Oh.
Not that I won't use it, but that I'm like, okay, maybe I just shouldn't talk about this right now.
Well, I think we did really well in the streets on the way to the camp. And it would certainly be faster than spending a year here earning little bits and pieces.
Well, and she said that there's the $1,000 bounty or 1,000 gold piece bounty for
$1.
the griffin.
Sorry.
For the griffin. But then she'll also pay 100 gold per ghoul head. And if we happen to get holy symbols, they'll pay, was it 1350?
Specifically holy symbols of Sorana V.
Right, of Sorana V, yeah.
But yeah, 1350.
And I know at least One
is
person who had one of those.
yes, holy symbols tend to come attached to some very frightening people.
Yes. So maybe we steer clear of those, but we could take ghoul heads, surely.
I've got no problem with it. Large risk, large reward.
Well, it is a very large risk.
Yes.
Perhaps I should counter offer with asking for some equipment.
That would be fair.
Is there anything that you need? More crossbow bolts?
Actually, I don't have my weapons at all. At least not my long range ones.
Oh, do you need one?
They
Or
happen
are
to
you liking to use your fists now?
They happen to have a hand crossbow. I certainly wouldn't say no.
Well, I could ask the commandant, I suppose. And Cormier has the giant hammer he took off the Minotaur skeleton, but I don't know if he wants something different. It was an axe, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got a great
Yeah,
axe.
it's a great axe. Okay.
And it seems to me that re-entering the city offers itself some opportunities.
What do you mean, Mrs. Mayweather?
I don't think I've told you. And frankly, I didn't commit myself. But when we left that horrible place, one of the young ladies made a request of me that I feel inclined to at least try to fulfill.
What sort of request?
Burn it all down, I believe is what she said.
Burn it root and stem.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
But Mrs. Mayweather, there were many women there with child.
She said burn them with it.
Real quick, Liliana.
Yeah.
Now that you have free reign of the camp, would you be part of this conversation, or are there other things that you would want to be doing?
I'm really hoping that they were going to find me at the bathhouse, and I'm just like, how does that make you feel? How is that? And like Taliyah will walk up and be like, hi. But no, I think yeah, I'd probably be spending a lot of time around the camp, like trying to get a lot of gossip. I feel like in my role, there's going to be a lot of gossip just everywhere. You hit just the right muscle and everybody relaxes and they tell you about their day and all of their problems. So I feel like I've heard a lot about just the random things going on in the camp.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And if you're not, I think you are proficient in it. If you're not, you can add your proficiency to this roll.
Can I have advantage?
Make me an argument.
Because I'm literally pressing people's muscles and like loosening those knots.
Literally pushing buttons.
Tell you what, give me a masseuse roll. And if you get a 15 or higher, you can have advantage on the persuasion roll.
What is a masseuse roll?
I'll give you dexterity or strength with
I'll
your
take
proficiency bonus.
Oh, that's a 14.
Oh, so close.
Damn it.
Okay. So you get some of the gossip. You don't really learn anything beyond what Vera reveals.
Okay. I'm probably not part of their conversation at all, though. I don't spend any time with these people.
Okay. Is there anything you would like specific you'd like to accomplish other than rumors?
No, just finding like no, I can't really think of much outside of just like working, trying to get the money so I can get to Vreem.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't think of anything else that Liliana would want to do except for, trying to find interesting gossip, sweet talking people into giving her things, stuff like that,
Into giving her things, okay. Okay.
Well, I suppose because the commandant was talking about our whole group, I would have tracked her down at some point and told her to come join us and listen. So,
Right.
Probably
shall
be
I
having a meeting.
in our tent? Probably.
Whole party meeting,
Hmm.
including the one you're all plotting to murder.
Yeah.
Taliyah's not going to murder anyone.
They're gonna get
I just won't save her
they're
if she
gonna get
dies.
Josie to do it.
Yep.
Oh, because I love how she is basically the John Mulaney thing of like, that guy sounds like a dick. I can totally murder him for you.
Why are
Sounds
all
like
of
you're
that
getting out of the party. I can take care of that for you.
Guys, I can like totally murder that person. They sound like an asshole.
So, what word are we sending back to the commandant?
I'm in.
I suppose I'll go back. Mary, are you good?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Liliana would be cool with that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
He's like, great, let's get some money and get out of here.
I would go back and ask the commandant if we could have some supplies. A hand crossbow for Mrs. Mayweather. Nothing for me because I can't do anything with anything. So actually I would take, is a quarterstaff, that's a strength-based weapon or a dex?
It's versatile.
Strength. Oh, is it
Strength.
versatile?
Is
I
it
thought
It's a
versatile?
monk weapon, and so I always used it as versatile. But
the number of wizards that I've seen with a 1d8 -1 with their quarterstaff.
Actually I could do a crossbow. I'm proficient in those and I have my dex.
You have a light crossbow.
No, I don't. I have a light crossbow. Oh,
No,
did I
you
take
took
it?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I took
you-
it from somebody. That's
Yeah,
right.
You took Ulan's.
That's right. I took Ulan's. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have that. I'll ask for, does Cormier need anything? He needs armor.
and a weapon, I think.
He has a weapon, but he needs armor.
Mm.
He has no armor at the moment.
But because there's always the chance that you will not survive, you will have to leave a deposit essentially for the value of the items, so that the Legion is not down unnecessary supplies. When you return, your money will be given back.
And if we're dead, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah. So you guys can basically have as much basic equipment as you can that you've got money for.
okay, I have 125 gold.
300.
So
100.
there's a way. There's a party sheet that I can just add.
I think it's
main
under.
parcel items. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we need? We need armor.
Yep.
I don't.
What kind of armor do we need?
He had plate before.
Okay. A chain shirt is 50 gold, half plate is 750, and full plate is 1500. So
Let's
I'll
go
give
with
him.
chain shirt.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give him a chain shirt.
Okay.
Any other armor we need for anybody in the party?
Liliana, do you need armor? You can't.
Leather
right?
armor would probably be fine.
Are you proficient in light armor?
Is sorcerer? No.
I think so. Let me check.
I think sorcerers are.
Actually, I think
we
sorcerers are.
too.
All
Let
right.
me check real fast. I am not proficient in any armor.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Shoji will take some studded leather.
Okay.
Anything else that we need?
Hand crossbow for Vera.
All right.
And
so we want some
bolts.
I can pay for that myself. And both.
tack,
I'll take a
harness.
quarterstaff.
Why is there not something? Okay. So we need darts. Okay, you've got those. Anything else?
She won't give me health potions. and they would cost a lot.
They will not give you health potions.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah, the Legion in a time of war is
No.
not handing those out.
Nope. I don't suppose you'd lend us a priest.
I will not be sending my only priester out into
Of
the
course
city.
not. Perhaps he can send a blessing with me.
You are welcome to ask.
I will. Thank you. Okay. So how much is that all gonna
Yeah.
cost?
You guys have enough. Just that together is less than 200 gold.
Awesome.
So we're not going to really bother with the subtraction.
Okay.
Because yeah, you guys will get it back on your way when you return to
If
the
we
camps.
fly,
Unless you die, yes. Okay, good.
Excellent.
The next day, the weather.
I would go to Garrett and ask for a blessing, by the way. Not sure what he can do for me, but I'll go and ask.
Alrighty then. Okay. Oh, I'm not rolling an ability check. These are just good. The next day, the wind has died down. Both the wind and the snow have died down to, periodic flurries and gusts. It's no longer that driving snow. As you look out over the city, right from the plateau here, it's actually kind of pretty, all things considered. But you know that there is a lot buried underneath.
Yes.
Okay, you go to Garrett. Blessing. Yeah, I can. I've got
Something to help us get back up if one of us goes down. Perhaps someday I can learn the sort of healing powers that you have, but I don't think I'm there yet.
Oh. All right. Yeah. He will. He takes out a small silver mirror and uses it to cast Sanctuary on you.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, duration is 1 minute. Well,
Not gonna work very long.
roll a religion check.
Okay, hang on. Religion. Oh, that's only a 9.
Okay. He will cast Sanctuary on you, and for the first minute outside the gates,
I feel really safe.
You'll be protected.
Also, point of order, I need new divination rolls at this point, right? Because
Yes, for today, the yes, new rolls.
okay,
and I have my luck point back.
come on. That's
You
a
do
10
have your luck point back.
and 13. 10 and 13.
Okay, you guys are told that the only sign of the griffin that they've seen, there it is to the south of the camp.
Okay.
So you
and
guys, good.
was it wearing anything particular? Like the sort of harness bridle sort of thing? Do they have?
Yes.
They have.
It will have. It's got some pretty heavy barding on it.
Okay.
There it is. And you know, when its rider was killed and it went berserk and fled, it had its full bridle, saddle, all of the straps, saddlebags, and barding on it.
Okay. I would ask to see them, to see examples of what they look like and what they are.
Okay.
Taken off the
Yeah.
griffins, obviously, so I can like handle them, so that I can become familiar with said objects.
You are not allowed to touch any of the griffins.
No.
But you are allowed to watch the Himmelspiren as they tend to their mounts.
Okay.
So you understand how, you know, you've watched the equipment be put on and taken off and be put on and taken off. but you are repeatedly warned that the griffin is enraged. Like it is mindless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is not a mission to pacify it. This is a mission to basically put it out of its misery.
I'm more concerned with finding it. That's why I'm
Oh, I see.
interested in the objects specifically that are on it.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, if you saw a part of it, a big enough part of it lying around somewhere, you would recognize it.
Okay.
Okay. You guys set out into the city. We're gonna do. Wait for it.
Don't say it.
Hate you so much.
We're gonna do a skill challenge here.
Go.
Slightly different this time.
Oh no.
So this one's gonna be easier. There's only 3 checks.
Okay.
Instead of 8, you're traveling much less distance over much safer territory.
Okay.
As far as kind of density goes. You guys are like from the plateau as you look out towards the south, it's basically just ice all the way, and you can see kind of the end of the wall. There's a fortress there. So you guys are just looking out over the flooded docks and water town and beach that is under tens of feet of water, all the way to the fortress at the end of the wall. And the last sign that anybody saw, it was somewhere around that fortress.
Okay.
So that's where you guys are headed. I don't know how to share a part of my map here. Oh, but what I can do. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Okay, I just shared this sheet with you.
Uh-huh.
What can you guys see?
It says loading.
This is loading. And there's dice. Wait.
Now it's just gray.
Okay, it's just totally gray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what happened last time, okay, if I go up, if you click in it and drag down, then you click on the red dot and you can see it says Westishire Necropolis. Hang on.
Yep.
Well, no, it doesn't.
But the map is just gray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a little lock symbol on it.
Ooh, I see something. I see something.
Okay, so you guys can see what I'm revealing?
Yeah.
Wait. I just have a pixel in the corner.
Yeah, because you're zoomed out.
Oh. Can you guys manipulate the map at all?
A little bit. If you grab there's a little like shamrocky shape in the bottom corner. If you click on that and then drag up and down, it'll allow you to move where the map is.
Okay, but I still don't see anything except gray on my screen.
If your mouse has a wheel, you can also hold down on the wheel and move it around. And if you want to zoom.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
I feel like a little gate and a bunch of city and a cliff.
I still don't see anything, so I don't know.
Found it. The major issue is it's very hard to have both the people's faces up and okay, more is being shown now.
Yeah. So this is what you guys are looking out across. Can I drop a pin here?
That's all right. I'll just theater the mind it. Actually, I can see it on the stream.
Yeah, this kind of
Okay.
It's impossible to make it any smaller.
Bear with us here.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so this pin that's there near the gate, that's where the Legion camp is. Can you see the pin?
No. I've just got like pixelated some of it and then every rest is gray.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll figure this out at some point. For those of you who can see, this is what you're looking out across. The sea has washed all the way over what used to be a part of the city and the beach behind it, and then is all the way up against the city walls, and then that's all frozen over. So this one will be slightly different.
Okay.
So there will still be 3 people. You need a scout, right? Again, to scan ahead and look for threats. A guide as they try to figure out kind of the best way to go through this to avoid, pits in the ice and things like that. And then you will need a tracker looking for signs of the griffon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I believe let me find it here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and cast locate object.
Okay.
Which I believe lasts, it only lasts for 10 minutes. So I would wait until we were a fair bit from the camp first. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys head.
I'll
Yeah.
be the scout.
Okay, so scout's going to roll perception, tracker, survival, guide, intelligence.
I will be the guide.
Okay, you're the guide.
Say that one more time.
Scout perception, tracker is rolling survival, guide is rolling intelligence.
How's Cormier's?
So I think you guys have a guide and a scout.
I've got
So
plus
anybody-
1 to survival. What does Cormier have?
I'm looking right now. He
Cormier has a minus
has
1.
A -1. So let's go with you.
Oh, okay. What about Shoji?
Shoji has
Oh.
a 0.
Wow, I'm the best option. That is
Hey,
not
you are-
great.
You are the best. You are the best scout or tracker that the party has.
That's a little sad, y'all. That's a
Um,
little bit sad.
I'm gonna actually adjust this because today is less stormy and crazy. Than yesterday was. Actually, this one's gonna be fairly easy. Okay, so Scout, let's go ahead and roll the first round here. Scout Tracker Guide. So Vera, you're rolling perception.
I'm rolling intelligence, right?
I've got survival. That's a 16.
16, nice.
Yeah.
Vera, what's your total?
Really good.
17.
I got
Intelligence?
to 12.
You got a 12. Okay, cool. You guys step out onto the ice, which is solid under your feet, and you guys head across towards that fortress in the distance. You can just kind of see it through the drifting snow. Here and there, as you walk through, the roof of one of what must have been, the one of the taller buildings in this area is just poking up through the ice, covered in mounds of snow. And you guys run into nothing
Oh, good.
for the first part of this track. Okay, second check.
Okay, let's see. Hang on.
Ooh,
Oh, that's not good.
it's not good at all.
Oh, that's much better. I got a 12.
15.
I mean, a 20.
So I think
20 is different than 12.
20. I was looking at my armor class for some reason.
Okay, 14 on survival.
That's
Okay.
a 15 on survival. It's a 15 on survival. I just
15?
didn't
Okay.
click on. Yeah.
That's fine. You needed a 13.
Oh, good.
And I got a 20 on smart stuff.
Perception, okay, does not quite get it. So, Vera, if I could have you roll me a d6 to see what it is you run into.
Sorry.
I cast mage armor as soon as we left the fort, by the way.
The 5.
Same.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Taliyah would have done it. Jenny just forgot.
Okay.
Juliana would have.
You rolled a 5. As you guys are trudging across the ice, what looked like a mound of snow piled on top of a building buried in the ice starts to move, and the snow starts to fall off, and a bunch of forms just burst out of it. And one of them, this here we go. One of them, just this skeletal thing. It actually looks kind of like Shoji, only more skeletal, wearing frozen frost-rimed armor and carrying a sword that just drags in the dirt, and just this long white hair that seems to be like floating almost in water is kind of the movement of the hair around and behind his head, just kind of starts lumbering towards you. Two smaller figures just look like battered, destroyed human zombies, just kind of start lumbering towards you. And then this huge, thick-muscled ogre zombie with, an eyeball just kind of dangling out and frozen to its cheek also starts lumbering towards you. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
God damn it.
No, I rolled that one just to make life interesting for us all.
That's
dare.
it.
Actually,
That's just
you
dex,
could have
right?
you could have used your thing to.
This is more interesting.
It's also too late now.
Yeah.
All right. We'll roll for these guys. So the white got a. Woo! They've got a minus. And the Zomboger. It's a Zomboger. Okay, 25 to 20.
Nope, but a 19.
20 to 15. Okay, 19. 15 to 10.
14.
14. Okay. 14 for Liliana. Did you roll for Cormier, Jenny?
No, I forgot. Hang on.
Okay. Oh, Shoji
Okay.
rolled a net 20.
Sweet.
Damn, Joji.
Cormier rolled a 1.
I'm ready for Shoji to just like wreck house.
Alrighty then, Cormier. All right. Then it's going to be the white.
So I rolled a 6. And then Cormier rolled a 1. I being
6 total.
Taliyah. Yeah, 6 for Taliyah.
Alrighty then. Okay. Shoji's first, and I guess that's me.
Yes.
Someday we'll have everybody here at once in a group, and I won't have to run any player characters.
That's
Okay.
a nice dream, Josh. Keep dreaming it.
Yeah, I will. She's gonna cast Chill Touch on the white that came at y'all first. I can do this, right? Cast. It's a ranged attack. Yes, Chill Touch. Boom. Rolled it. Hey, that's a 16 plus, more than enough.
Sweet.
All right. And it's right here. Look at that. It's a D8. Oh, I can roll the damage. Yes. Oh, just for me. Easy. Okay. Sorry. I'm just gonna geek out here for a second. All right. And okay. So a spectral hand appears above the white and just smacks down on it. And you've seen her do some serious damage with this, but the necrotic damage doesn't seem to do quite as much. You can see ice cracks and shatters off of the armor, and it stumbles a little bit, but the white keeps coming at you with its sword. Vera.
So, sorry, I can't make the map work. How far away is everybody?
I have no map for this. We're just going to do this Theater of the Mind. They got a surprise round. So they're about 15 feet away from you.
Okay, so the nearest white is running toward us, and he's 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 4 combatants, a white, 2 zombies, and then an ogre zombie, and they're all roughly the same distance away charging you.
Okay.
Nice.
Actually, the zombies are a little bit behind.
Okay. Bonus action, hide behind Cormier.
Okay. Leaping up behind, grabbing onto kind of the straps of his armor.
He's being really slow, so that's no problem.
Yeah, we'll do the backpack style. I'll jump on his back.
Okay.
Should I roll stealth for that before I
Yes.
try and
Roll your stealth.
stealth? I just figured out where that d20 you were talking about was,
Yeah.
so I can roll. Yeah, now
Ooh, you are super stealth.
I'm super stealth.
Shoji goes, wait, did we leave the halfling behind?
Will then fire upon the closest white with my hand crossbow, hopefully with sneak attack if I hit it.
Roll that attack.
With advantage, right? Because she's hidden.
With advantage. Yep, because it does not know where you are.
How do I set advantage? I can just roll it twice. Ooh,
Oh.
I can set it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I clicked it.
Sorry.
Ooh, roll twice. So I got an 11, but that's plus a 5, so it's a 16.
Okay. Yeah. You peek out, shoot it, and it jams straight into the arm or into the shoulder joint of the white, and it kind of and continues forward. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, it's 3d6 plus my dex.
Yep.
Is there any way to multiply dice?
Yes. I believe if you right click on it,
Alrighty. Oops.
you can get a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5.
Awesome. I'm gonna roll 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
Roll.
Nice.
Oh wait, those are d8s. Ignore that. I just advanced my everything. Hang on. I can't get it to move. Sorry. Technology. Okay. 3.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, that's still a pretty good roll. And then you add 4 to that.
Yes.
So it's a total of 16.
Yes.
Okay. Your bolt jams into it. Kind of one of the pieces of armor just kind of shatters from the cold and falls off. But it doesn't seem as affected. Like the bolt doesn't seem to have hit as hard as you usually can.
Okay.
All right, Liliana.
Okay, I'm going to attack one of the whites with Scorching Ray.
Yeah, fire. This needs fire.
E. I guess. That's a 15 to hit.
Okay, one of them hits.
Okay. Does 4 damage.
Okay. And it appears to take full damage as the flames splash against its armor. You've got 2 more rays.
I have 2 more. More rays. Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Awesome.
Scorching Ray fires 3 things.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 22.
All right.
That does 3 damage.
Alrighty.
And the last one is a 13.
The last one goes sizzling past its head and splashes into the snow with a
Okay.
there's a cloud of steam that one of the zombies just kind of lumbers straight through.
All right. Good. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. It's the white's turn. It's gonna run forward. Who just hit it for a bunch? Yeah, you just hit it with fire. So
Yeah.
it's going to run right at Liliana. It's going to swing its longsword at you for a total of 12.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. And then it reaches out with one bony hand to try and grab your shoulder. And you just kind of move your shoulder out of the way and smack the hand aside, and you can see his hand glowing with this sickly green-black energy. And
Ew.
you're pretty happy that it didn't hit you. Okay. They all rolled roughly the same. So the 2 zombies are 25 feet away and cannot actually close the distance.
Good.
Because they snow.
The ogre, on the other hand, is going to run forward and hit the biggest thing it sees, which is Cormir.
I'm on his back.
Are you kidding me?
So, did you equip his chain shirt? No.
I did
Okay.
not. It's fine because it rolled a 6 plus not enough.
Fair.
Actually, no. The chain shirt. Oh, that's medium armor, so it's just like a 13, straight 13, I think.
Okay.
It's in the party
Okay.
sheet. Inventory, change shirt.
Trying to figure out how to increase his. So
Change
it won't let me add his.
13 plus Dex mod.
13.
Well, so it's
Okay.
13.
It rolled a total of 12.
Okay.
So it comes up with this huge
Oh, what did I do?
morning star, just this ball of iron on the end with spikes sticking out of it, and slams down into the ice, and you feel it shudder underneath you guys. But Cormier has not been hit at all. Well, that was a thoroughly disappointing round. Cormier is up.
Light it.
No, Taliyah's up first, then Cormier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually put Taliyah on the list here. All right, Taliyah.
Okay. I will do. Yeah, let's go firebolt on the white.
Okay,
Let's do that.
roll an attack.
Okay, hang on. Somewhere I have my things.
So if you go to your spells and click on the magnifying glass next to it, you can just roll the attack thing.
Oh, I can from there? Okay.
Yeah, you just click on the button.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't think. Oh, that was true.
Okay. So that's a 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage. You hurl a bolt of fire and it slams into its chest.
That's only 3 damage, but there we go.
It was cool.
And that's fire. Good.
Yep. And that's it.
All right, Cormier's up.
Okay, Cormier, which is also me. Hang
I'm
on.
still
Cormier, who today, spring, summer, winter, fall, is spring.
Okay.
So,
He's
don't
gonna
like to know-
hit it with his great axe.
Okay.
And that's only a 12.
He runs up with the great axe and brings it down, and the white just deflects it with a sword and starts going for a swing. Top of the round, Shoji.
Quick question. Doesn't
Yes.
the ogre get an attack of opportunity if he moved away from the ogre?
You guys are in close enough. I guess I should have gotten a marching order here. Give me a marching order real quick. Who would have been in front?
Well,
I-
I guess he would have been scouting, but I'm currently piggybacked on Cormier.
So you would have been in front,
I would have been right behind her.
and then Taliyah, you would be leading the actual group.
Yep.
We'll put Cormier next so that Vera will be able to actually get to him. Who's after Cormier? Fourth in line?
Me.
Okay. And then she'll bring up the rear. So if the ogre was there, and then he moved to attack the white was attacking Liliana?
Yeah.
No, he's standing right there, so he'll be able, he will not take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, because
So yeah.
I'm trying to realize for what I'm going to do next.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It is now
Shoji.
Shoji's turn. He's going to drop the pen on the floor. Oh, he's already up. There we go. Yeah, we're going to cast a real spell this time. Let's drop some inflict. Oh, yeah, we'll drop some inflict wounds on the ogre zombie because the white didn't seem to take much damage from it. So, roll the attack. Oh, come on. Oh, the armor class is 8.
Nice.
Turns out ogre zombies not hard to hit.
No.
And she does a whopping 13 points of damage to Olga. 13.
All right.
Good. Okay. She runs up, touches it with a hand glowing with that same sickly black green energy that the white had, and you watch as its skin withers and melts almost even more than it already was because it's a zombie. Vera.
So Vera's gonna hop down from Cormier, and can I like slide between the legs of the ogre so I'm on the other side, so I'm flanking?
Sure.
Okay. So I can move through space. So I slide under and I do my signature move. So I take a
Ab
short
punch.
ankle and then like jab him behind the knee.
You got it. go ahead and roll those attacks. So short
The
sword
new
first.
sucker.
Short sword first. Dang, it's only a 10, but he has a crappy armor class.
Yeah, that 10 hits. All right, go ahead and
Good.
roll the punch.
The punch is going to be
Ogres, not hard to hit. Zombies, not hard to hit.
okay.
Ogre zombies, real easy to hit.
So the
yeah.
short sword is gonna do
So it'll be a D6 plus a D4 plus 8.
And sneak attack.
sneak attack.
Oh, geez.
Because
So it'll be
actually,
6 plus a
technically,
D4 plus 8.
So it's
technically, if she was flanking, she would have had advantage on all of these.
true.
That is actually true. So we'll take the, yeah. So go ahead and roll advantage on the first one. Just in case there's a natural 20.
Yeah.
So,
so just
yeah.
do another roll.
Yeah, just roll another D20.
Okay.
I'll pair it with the 5. It's another 5. Okay. And roll another D20, and we'll pair it with the 6. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I do 3
6 plus a D4 plus 8.
attacks. Right. Because where are you getting that extra 8 from?
That's double your dex mod.
Is it double my dex mod?
Because
Well, you hit twice.
Oh, you're combining the 2 attacks. I'm doing it. Sorry.
Yes.
So it's here's my 3d6
Ooh, good rolls.
That was good.
plus
Hell yeah.
8 plus of d4. Here's the d4.
Becomes alrighty. Oh, you do that. You take the short sword and just pin its ankle to the ground through the Achilles tendon, and then you slam your fist into it, the back of its knee, and you just hear a pop. And you guys in front of the ogre can see the top of its kneecap just rip free of the skin, and it's just like hanging there. Yeah, that hurt.
So gross.
Liliana, you're up.
Okay, so who is still standing, or is everyone still standing?
Everybody is still up,
Okay,
including the enemies.
good. That's more what I meant. Which enemies were still standing, but that's fine. I want to cast Burning Hands on the white in front of me.
Burning. Ooh, on the white in front of you. Okay, you.
It has to make a dex save.
Yeah, you could actually catch a couple in that.
Oh, okay. I'll get as
you
many
could
as I
catch
can.
the ogre. You could catch the ogre and the white.
Awesome. I will do it. They both need to
Okay.
make dex saves then.
Yeah, they do. Undead are really dexterous.
They are.
Sure.
Oh, well, the white apparently is. 18 minus. Oh, plus 2. Oh, okay. So dirty 20 for the white, and an 18 minus 2 for the ogre. So 16.
Both of them save.
All right. So they both take half.
Yep. So let's go damage. So they both take 6 fire damage.
Okay. The white at this point, most of the armor on its chest has either just shattered from going from extreme cold to extreme heat so quickly, and it seems to be moving super slowly.
Awesome.
It is fairly rough. The ogre,
Oh no, keep going.
taking some serious damage, doing okay.
I'm working.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Never mind. I just said I'm working on the ogre.
Go.
Can
Well, it's
Sorry, I keep on cutting you off. Go ahead.
no, go for it. I was about to move on to the next turn.
Oh, no, I want to can I catch both of them with my lightning breath?
Oh, yeah, you could.
Awesome. I want both of them to make
Another dex save.
another dex save. Yeah.
4 and
Fail.
7.
Both of those
So
fail. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, they'll take full damage from your lightning breath.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go 4 plus.
So
Sorry.
your con mod?
It's just 2d6 damage.
D6. Okay.
Yeah.
So they both
both
take another
take
5.
5 lightning damage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And now-
so the white's a little bit pissed at you and is going to take another multi-attack. Going to take a longsword attack and then a life drain, just like last time. So longsword, 11.
Nope.
Oh, come on, and a 7.
Nope.
This encounter blows.
How does it feel, Josh?
Does it feel to be on the losing side of the dice?
The zombies are going to run up, and zombies don't use tactics. So one is going to attack Liliana, and the other is going to attack Shoji. So Liliana, oops, I missed the tray.
I'm in front of Shoji, just FYI. Because I was.
No, you're up the line.
Oh, they're on the other side. Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys have basically turned the line to face them.
Okay.
That's gonna do no, it's a 10 plus zombie.
I just saved best character.
So 13. What's Shoji's armor class? This
You gave her studded leather.
So it's she's got a 15. So it misses. And then Liliana, zombie trying to attack you, is a 9. All right. Liliana, there are now 2 things wailing on you, and you're just bored and just kind of dodging out of the way. Lame. Boring.
Lame.
All right. And the ogre zombie is definitely going to take a swing at Vera, because she just did crap tons of damage to its leg. And even though there's such a tiny chance that it's going to hit her, it's an ogre and a zombie. It's real dumb.
It's very stupid.
19.
Fine.
It finally it turns on its shattered leg and brings the morning star slamming down on you. And you take you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As it slams down, you manage to dodge out of the way, but it's an awkward dodge, and you slam into the ice, and you're sure you will have bruising tomorrow.
My brittle bones. My arthritic
Taliyah.
bones.
My bones! Taliyah, you're up.
I will target the ogre with my fire bolt,
Okay.
since he's hitting Mrs. Mayweather, and I don't like that.
Nothing has attacked you, so you could freely just move around so that you can hit the ogre without disadvantage.
Okay. So I will do that. Oh, I don't know why I rolled 2. That was weird. Oh, because I double clicked it.
They both hit, so we'll call it a hit.
Okay. Again, it rolled 2, so we'll just take the 2 damage, I suppose.
In the bottom left, you have advantage select.
No, I don't. I don't understand why it did that. Sorry. I'll just roll a d10. There we go.
Yeah, that'll work.
7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. This fireball just blasts straight through part of its rib cage. I'm sorry, firebolt blasts straight through part of its rib cage, and bones and melted flesh just start to drip down.
Cool.
Cormier.
Which one is closest to him?
He is currently engaged with both the ogre and the white.
He's
And
flanking
is
me
he
for the ogre.
flanking with someone?
He is flanking the ogre.
Okay, then I will see if I do that right. I will roll his great axe attack against the ogre then.
Alrighty.
There. Are you serious? That's a 9.
A 9 will hit.
Oh, okay.
The ogre has an armor class of 8.
So that does 11 points of slashing damage.
Ooh-wee. Okay. Yeah, the ogre has turned its back to him and swung down at Vera, and he just carved straight into its back.
All right.
Significant damage. Shoji's up. You guys seem to be handling this well, so she's going to conserve her spell slots and drop a chill touch on the... but there's a zombie attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna chuck a chill touch at it. Disadvantage because it's ranged. Why didn't that roll disadvantage? There we go. 2 plus 6. Yeah, 2 plus 6 is an 8, which actually hits. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was against the zombie, which also has an armor class of 8. So yes, it hits. Give me damage. 8 points of damage.
Sweet.
All right. So that zombie has taken 8 points of damage. It has that many hit points left. Good. That's Shoji. So another spectral hand comes out and just gouges into this thing's skull. Vera, you are flanking a badly damaged ogre.
With Cormier. Can I ask
Yes.
an aesthetic question?
Sure.
When he hit me with the Morning Star, is the Morning Star now resting on the ground with his arm like this?
Sure.
Okay, because I'd like to run up it.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I just want to kill him in a cool way. Okay, hang on.
It's going to be really cool if you successfully run up his arm.
Successfully rung up his arm. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. 18.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, that should be your modifier should be a +6 for acrobatics. Are you proficient?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Never mind. Yeah. You run up his arm. You're standing kind of on his shoulders over his head.
Yep. And I will do signature move. Am I still flanking technically?
Yes. I'm going to give you flanking for this because it's.
I'll do signature move with the short sword to the throat and then just smack him on the side of the head.
Okay. roll those attacks. Short sword first.
Okay, short sword will be.
And remember, you have advantage on these.
Oh yeah, oops. So I'll just roll that twice.
Yeah.
So they're both 10s.
Double 10s. Okay. So now go ahead and give yourself advantage.
Okay.
And then just roll.
There you go.
Okay. The 6 plus your modifiers will hit, so you hit both times. So roll your 3d6 plus 1d4 plus 8.
Yes. Here's the 3d6.
Sweet.
Good rolls.
So 1d4, and then add the 8.
Oh, right. I add the 8.
24.
Roll for it. Yeah. Okay. You take the sword and just jam it through the back of its spine, and it just comes out the front of its neck, and you take your elbow and just slam it right down on his skull, which just kind of shatters inwards. It just reels, and it is barely standing.
Is it still alive? Oh,
It's still alive.
I'm so sad.
That was really cool. It was so cool.
That's a finishing move.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you inspiration on your next attack if you make it against this guy.
Okay.
Liliana, you're up.
Okay, so I still got the white and the ogre, yeah?
Yep, all the enemies are still up.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they were still in front of me. Everybody's been
A
moving
zombie was
around.
attacking you.
Vera is the only one who's been moving.
Okay. I didn't know if she was on the ogre in front of me, but I guess it's the zombogre, Ogambi, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to burn her if I did Burning Hands again. So I'm going to do Burning Hands again.
Is Burning Hands a cone?
Yes.
If it's a cone, there's not really any way you're going to manage to miss her.
Oh, really? Even though she's on top of...
Yeah, but it's a 15-foot cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ogre isn't 15 feet tall. So she will still be within it. You could move so that you wouldn't, and get closer so you wouldn't hurt her, but two things would have attacks of opportunity on you.
Yeah. Well, Liliana doesn't care that much about Vera, so she's going to still do Burning Hands anyway.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
just
fair.
want her dead. I want her dead.
It's Liliana. She don't care.
Vera,
She
dexterity
told
saving
Vera that I
throw.
think in the last session. She was like, I don't care about you. And Vera said, likewise. So I think we're good.
Why did
So
that roll 3? Okay, let's try it again. Stop it.
Okay, well, at least you saved, Vera.
Why
My
is it
save.
rolling doubles? Okay. There we go. Okay. It fails the save. You succeeded, so go ahead and roll the damage on that.
okay.
Oh, roll up.
11.
11.
Ooch.
Okay, cool. Vera, you just flip backwards off of the ogre as a torrent of flame comes rushing in. It catches you a little bit and kind of burns the furs on your side, and it is extraordinarily uncomfortable. So you take 5 points of fire damage, and the ogre just goes up like a torch, and slowly, with its shattered knee and the sword wound in its neck and the shattered skull, just sinks into the snow.
What about the white?
Except if damage reduces the zombie to 0, it makes a Constitution saving throw,
Yep.
or not nearly enough. So yes, the ogre is out of the battle and on fire.
Woo! What about the white?
In order to move so that you would so that you were going to hit the ogre, I mean, you could hit the white too. You would just also hit everybody.
I thought I did that last time though. I hit the white and the ogre
Right.
last time with burning hands.
So this time you needed to. Oh no, you didn't move.
I didn't move at all.
You didn't move because you hit Vera anyway. Yeah, okay. It makes a next save as well. It succeeds, so it takes 5.
Okay.
It is now like its leg is on fire and the fire is creeping up it, and it looks like it doesn't have long.
Nice. I'm here for it.
Good turn.
Liliana,
now it's all
don't
this.
care about people's lives.
Cool. The white cares very much about ending yours, so it's going to make.
I'm
its
sure
move.
it does.
What's this?
Taliyah will
What's that?
remember this.
Yeah.
You're
Ooh. Okay, so we've got a dirty 20 to hit you with the long sword.
That actually will hit, yeah.
And
No,
we've
Vera,
got-
like I thought we were in agreement. Liliana and Vera don't care.
And a natural 20 on the life drain.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is going to be bad. So long sword.
Okay. What about-
You take 4 points of damage from the long sword as this thing finally just slashes it down your winter clothing as you turned to fire at the ogre.
yeah.
And then it reaches out, and you feel the fingers just come from the side of your vision and just clamp around your face. And they are just ice cold. And
Nice.
you take 14 points of necrotic damage,
Okay.
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Your hit points are reduced by that 14. Your maximum is reduced by that 14 until you take a long rest.
Okay.
Then one of the zombies is going to make its attack at you. It rolled a natural 20.
Damn.
So you take another 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As just reeling from the cold, and you guys can see there's just the imprint of a hand on her scales, and all of the scales there have turned white. They've just been drained of their color, and so there's just this kind of weird hand-shaped white coming across her face. And then while that's happening, you just get kidney punch by a zombie, and the ogre is dead. And the other zombie was attacking somebody. Who was the other zombie attacking? I think he was attacking Shoji.
Soji, right?
Yeah, that hits. So Shoji takes 5, 6. She's taken 6. Oh wait, if I open the party sheet, where's the party sheet? Where's the party sheet? Oh, main. I can see all of y'all's hit points. This is super cool. Except for Liliana. Liliana, track your hit points in Fantasy Grounds.
It just only says max. Where am I supposed to do it? Temporary?
Under WND to the left, put how much damage you have taken.
So how much damage I've taken?
Yes.
It's this
Okay.
weird group thing.
Yeah, the wounds is how much you've taken, and then it will subtract that from how much your max is.
I think it's 16.
Didn't you get hit earlier in the fight? Oh no, somebody else.
No.
Vera got hit earlier. So yeah. So you've taken massive damage. All right, Liliana's not looking good.
I've got
That's
6.
the ogres, or that's that's their turn. Taliyah, you're up.
All right. So the ogre went down, yes?
The ogre went down in 2 just gouts of flame from Liliana, who's now just standing there clutching her face as the white raises its sword again.
Yeah, but Liliana also hit Vera with that.
A little bit.
The vast majority of it hit the ogre. She wasn't aiming for Vera, but
Right. Okay, I will go ahead and chuck a firebolt at the white, I guess.
okay. Roll an attack.
I don't know why it's rolling twice again, but I'll take the 16.
They both hit.
Yeah, it's just the one. So that will be 2 points of fire damage to that guy.
Its head and hair are now aflame.
Excellent. And then Cormier's up, right?
Yep.
Next. So he'll smack it with the great axe. And he doesn't have advantage, right? He's not. Could he move where he's flanking with Vera?
Yeah, he can move and flank with no problem.
Okay, then he'll do that. And wait, that should have been with advantage. So let me roll one more time. Sorry. So that's a 14.
14 just hits.
Sweet.
That's a D12 plus 2.
All right, so that's 10.
10, reduced by half to 5. Okay. He brings the axe down on this white and should have crushed it into the snow, but it doesn't quite dig in nearly as far as the force looks like it should have. This thing seems to be resistant to a few different things.
All right.
Shoji's up. I guess chill touch on the zombie. The white looks really bad. Chill touch on the white. I keep looking around for my dice.
I know, right? Rolling
that's a
on here is
2.
really throwing me off.
Not enough. So the spectral hand appears and just clatters against what's left of the white's armor and does nothing. Vera, you're up.
Am I flanking with Cormier with the white?
Yes.
Yes.
Cormier moved, so you are.
Okay. Okay, I'll signature move it.
Go ahead and roll the attacks.
I'll roll the first one with a short sword.
With advantage.
Okay.
You
hit it once. It cannot not die from this. So you take the short sword and just sever the tendons under one knee, and it falls down to one knee, and you just jump up on its head, jam the sword down, and then pound it in further, and the white just falls face first into the snow.
Sweet.
Okay, white is down. You've got 2 zombies. One is damaged, one is not. Liliana. Oh, yeah, Vera.
Question, did that just take up my main attack?
Oh, actually, yeah, just the first attack would have done that.
Okay. Do I still have my bonus attack then?
Yeah, you've still got the bonus action with the offhand.
Then I will run. I will run over to a zombie and flank with it and smack it.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'll
that's
do
the
one of the ones that's attacking Soji.
The one attacking Shoji, okay?
I'm not feeling charitable towards Liliana right now. Sorry, Mary.
Nah, you good.
Mary's like, no, please, kill her!
Yeah. It's 17.
Yeah. That hits, so that's a D4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Actually, plus 2D6, because you could choose to do your sneak attack on this one instead.
Heh.
2D6 plus 1D4 plus 4.
Here are the 2d6s.
Monk rogues.
And here's the 4. and then add 4 to that.
After beating the white down into the floor, you run, pop this thing in the small of the back, and you hear something snap, and the whole zombie just topples. Wait, actually, does it topple over is the question.
Oh yeah,
That was a total of 9, 13, of 17 damage.
Mhm.
So it would need a 23 to not die. So yeah, it just tumbles over in the snow. And that zombie's out. So you've got one undamaged zombie left, and it is Liliana's turn.
Scorching ray.
Okay, all of your attacks are going to be at disadvantage
Why?
because it's right in front of you, and these are ranged attacks.
Oh, it is. It's literally. I thought. Oh, okay. That's the one that's right in front of me.
Yep.
What do
You could easily disengage and get out of here. The party has this well in hand.
Oh, okay. Then I'll probably do that.
Okay, you can use your action to kind of disengage. It's the zombie's turn, and it's going to turn. Who's
A
closest?
traitor and a runaway. I see.
Cormier
how
is closest to it. He rolled an 8, which actually. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's hitting him. It misses. It rolled an 8 plus 3, so 11. Okay, so it just kind of turns and slugs Cormier, and he just watches as the fist bounces off of him. Taliyah, you're up.
Okay.
Also, somebody has some kind of fuzzy thing happening with their mind.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So yeah, Taliyah, you're up, and then Cormier.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find my sheet. There it is. I'm 2 people. Okay, I will hit the zombie with firebolt, hopefully. That's a 19.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay. For 8 points of fire damage.
8 points of fire damage. Alrighty. Oops.
And then Cormier will smack it. Since it
Okay,
just tried to
fire
smack him.
explodes across its chest, and some of it starts to burn a little bit. Cormier raises
Okay.
his great axe.
And that's a 16.
And oh goodness hits.
Okay. And does 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Yep.
He just spears off one arm and raises for his for another attack. Shoji is me. Chill touch. Ta-da. He's a 5. Oh, but its armor class is 8, so plus 6. Yeah, that hits. Damage. 5 points of necrotic. All right, this thing is basically dead. I'll just say you guys managed to. There's no way it's going to survive till its next round. Not with Vera still on the field. So between Cormier and Taliyah, you guys just fry and chop this thing into bits. So you guys are surrounded by just the hulking, roaring body of an ogre, where it's basically a bonfire right now. You've got the white who fell down into the snow, and 2 zombies in pieces.
I'm very small, but I'm going to start trying to drag them over so that they all burn.
Oh, okay. Vera starts just heaping the bodies.
Before Vera takes the white away, Cormier maybe will make a grab for that sword.
Okay, yeah. Cormier now has a longsword.
Okay, excellent. I don't know if he can use that or not, but it seems useful-ish.
He's proficient in all martial weapons.
I figured.
Basically all weapons. So yeah. Longsword.
Cool.
Okay, we'll get that to him later.
Can I, as Taliyah, look at the body of the white and see if it has anything else on it of interest?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay, let me find me. There we go. Investigation. Hang on. That's a 21.
A 21. You don't find any items of
Okay.
any particular use. However, you do find that his armor has been emblazoned with. I don't actually have a ready image up, but it basically has a black pyramid just outlined in white, and rising behind it, just a solid black sun.
Interesting. Does it look like the pyramid that's in the middle of the city?
I mean, it's a pyramid.
Okay.
It looks. Where's my camera?
There we go. Okay,
Something
like
like
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But nothing else of interest on him, just that.
Not that you see.
Is it detachable in any way? Like, could I take that off and take it back and show it to the
His
commandant?
armor is in such tatters and ruins at the moment that, yeah, you've basically got like a small, jagged, half-melted
Okay.
piece of metal with that symbol on it, and you can just kind of snatch
Yeah.
that.
I'll do that.
Taliyah has piece of metal.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, you guys heap the bodies. The new ones kind of put the fire down for a little bit, but eventually it comes back, and those will be ash at some point.
And then, just a point of order, how long have we been traveling at this point?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
On that.
You guys are about 2/3 of the way to the fortress where the Griffon was last seen.
Okay.
It's about 200 meters away from you.
Okay.
One more set of rolls for the challenge for the.
Yep.
skill check?
Last part.
Okay.
Okay, big money.
Come on.
Oh, come on. That's a 9.
Oh, shoot. Intelligence.
I gotta grab my sheet.
I got a
Alright.
20, a mod 20.
You guys
Yeah.
successfully don't fall into any holes in the ice or crevices. However, Vera, after all of the adrenaline pumping through you, kind of your focus and your attention to detail have faded somewhat. And Liliana, you are just so distracted by the pain and just this cold absence and numbness in your face that you are unable to track very well. So either Vera or Liliana, if one of you would give me a D4 roll, please.
You want to or you want me to?
Go for it. Go for it, Mary.
All right. 4.
Okay.
My numbers are good.
You guys continue across the
I got 10 hit
ice.
points. Though.
You guys continue across the ice, keeping an eye out. Vera kind of scouts ahead and then waits for you guys to catch up, right? Doesn't see anything, scouts ahead. You guys pass another lump in the snow, presumably a building that the snow has just piled on. This one, you guys kind of go carefully towards, scrape off some of the snow, like poke it a little bit. Okay, nothing's jumping out. You continue on. And then behind you, you hear this, from kind of beneath the snow, you hear a boom, boom. And then you just hear that splintering of wood as snow and spars of building material just go flying out from this lump and sticking its head up out into the air, just kind of big cow nostrils sniffing. You see another minotaur that's just kind of sees you guys, takes out a javelin and just hucks it at you and then dives back down. Shoji is the last in the marching order.
What are these mysterious stars?
That's an 11. This javelin just goes hurtling over you guys, and the minotaur disappears back down below.
Fine, leave him.
Yeah, we don't mess with the cow people. That's what we do.
Okay.
Griffin.
The chance of running into these guys, so in my encounter table, there's a 15% chance of running into this. You guys have run into him twice already.
I love them.
Someday we're gonna have to talk to one of them, but you know.
Okay. you guys make it all the way to this fortress. Okay, I can close that. I can close that and that. Where are my maps? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, you guys have made it all the way down to the fortress. It's very large. It's built out of kind of rough cut stone. It's nothing. The work is not spectacular. The gates look like they have been smashed inward, and there's just a big and the stone that was holding them has been ripped and gouged. And there's just a pile of rubble and wood in the doorway, covered in snow. And as you pick your way through this wreckage, you find yourself in just a courtyard that is covered in a good 2 feet of snow that has piled in drifts here and there. The snow is gently falling down, and it's almost magical. As you guys step in and look around, Liliana does pull out of the snow just what looks like a very wide belt and some saddlebags that Taliyah, from your examination of the griffon, the griffons back in camp, you recognize as part of that accoutrement.
Okay.
Lyra.
Loot the saddlebags.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You look through the saddlebags. Go ahead. No, it's just saddlebags. You find actually 3 more uses of red.
They're all on drugs. This whole army is on drugs.
And a dagger that has been. You look at it. This is an exceptionally well-crafted dagger, but it is not a smooth blade. It has been what's it called? It's serrated. There we go. Like this looks like an awful tool for the ripping and tearing of flesh.
I love it. I take it.
Functionally, what it does, if you use this, so this is a sharpened and serrated dagger. If you roll max damage on the damage dice, so if you roll your d4 on the attack and it comes up a 4, you can roll again and add it to the damage.
Lit.
You also find 78 gold.
Okay.
Wait.
And several frozen hunks of bloody meat.
Ooh, those would be very useful.
Those might actually be useful. I can't carry them though. Because I am small.
You guys actually should have quite a few slots available.
Yeah, I lost all of my stuff, so I'll take the saddlebags with the meat in it.
None of you are carrying packs.
Mm-mm.
So you've all got anywhere from like 8 to 12 slots open, in addition to whatever other material you guys lost on the Shadowed Mount and to the resurrected Dragonborn in Lyra's body. All right, we'll go ahead and stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll pick up next week in this same format, and we will continue the search for the Griffon to see if the party can get enough money to make it into the Empire. So, thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.